For All Nerd Show is powered by our listeners. Everything we do, from our podcasts, live events, our website, are all independently funded. Please continue to support us through our Patreon page at patreon.com/ForAllNerds.
You are now listening to Castle Black, the blackest House of Dragon podcast in all the realms.
Castle Black. So this is the seat of the Night's Watch.
And welcome, Internets, to another episode of Castle Black, the blackest Game of Thrones podcast in all the realms, powered by ForAllNerds, where we discuss everything in the world of Game of Thrones from the perspective of people of color. And it is one of your hosts, Tatiana King, a.k.a. the Lord of Lightsabers, Lotto Hightower, Sir Gawain's World. It was all a dream fire. Tatiana Hannah the King, Tatiana the Kingslayer, Kodak Blackwoods, and the Ting of the North. And as always, I'm joined by my illustrious co-host, Mr. Benha the Means.
It's your boy, DJ Benhameen, a.k.a. Benha of the Means. The iron price is right. The Sir Christian cold as ice. The Grand Maester of Munch. A man has no shame. Bent off that Alicent. Biggie small folk. Shorty got low born. Whoever holds this huge hammer shall know the power of Vermithor. Little Orphan Allen, Killer Beesbury, the off-white worm, spin the block on Castle Rock and catch these hands of the king.
You dead ass wrong with that Hugh Hammer one. Dead ass wrong.
It's a lot.
And as always, we have the girl who knows too much, Porshea the Maester. Introduce yourself.
Hi, everyone. It's Porshea, a.k.a. the Maester of Green Dreams, a.k.a. Lady Mary Jane of Highgarden, a.k.a. Bela, the Targaryen princess, just mind your business, a.k.a. call me Smoke C, because I'm trying to get chose, a.k.a. don't be fooled by the dragons that I got, I'm still Adam from the block, a.k.a. Locks Auto Heaven.
Very good, Porshea. For those who have been longtime listeners of Castle Black, you will remember this face. One of my favorites. I'm so happy she is here. Miss Dajah Velaryon herself.
Whoop, whoop. Hey, everybody. I'm your girl, Dajah Velaryon. First of her name, Princess of the Town, a.k.a. my pronouns are your and suck my dick, a.k.a. slapper of dragon seeds, a.k.a. I'm rooting for everyone black.
Yes, welcome back. And of course, we have the man of the hour himself, the disgusted Targaryen. Please let the people know who you are.
That's all I'm giving y'all. I'm not doing nothing more. This is the house of HBO. Got to get the fuck out of here. I am the disgusted Targaryen, and that's it. Fly me the fuck out of Westeros.
Winter ain't coming no more?
I'm tired. I didn't wait 8 weeks for this.
Winter got blue balls.
2 years? I'm 50. I ain't got this much time. Who knows? I gotta wait another 2 years? How long they gonna stretch this shit on? Where's the dragon fire?
Nigga, please.
I concur.
And yeah, that begins our review of episode
I just
8.
want to rewind. I might need Luna to edit this in, like the end of last season, right? I was like, yo, if next season don't start off with people screaming and fire and everything and everybody burning, and we waited a whole season.
A whole year.
And
so, I mean,
ain't nobody burning.
Tahoe gave his opinion just now. How did y'all feel about this finale episode? We waited 2 years for this. We are now at the precipice of everything come to the head, and essentially nothing happened. So how do y'all feel?
Okay, can I please say I actually like the episode. I just don't like it as a final episode. It definitely, I understand the cliffhanger, and I do understand the importance of what they added into the story, like having Daemon finally get his shit together, understanding that this is bigger than you big-headed ass prince or king consort. Add the consort ho. But I feel like for the casual viewer, it was very underwhelming.
Very.
But for me, it just made me even more excited for next season. And I just hope to God I don't have to wait 2 years for it. Don't play in my face. Like, y'all need to start shooting this shit today. And from what I saw, the next one should be coming out late summer next year. So I'm not that mad, but I can understand how the casual viewer is going to go ape shit on the timeline tonight. They're going to be like, you are not dead ass.
Well, let's be true about this. They dragging it. They are absolutely dragging it. I do agree with you.
Dragging.
They dragging it like the drag. I agree with you that I think as a Game of Thrones fan, like I like that. They had to do a cliffhanger, right? We talked about this last week. Portia, Ben, we talked about this last week where we just like, they're going to extend as much as they can. This is a money-making enterprise. They're going to drag this shit at the end of the day. Let's just talk from numbers and business perspective, number one, okay? Number two, what do we say that at the pace that they're going, they're slowed down the pace considerably. So they can just sit here another season or two, potentially, they really want to drag it. So on that one hand, I'm just like, fuck y'all. And then on the other hand, I'm just like, well, you know, I'm with it. I don't know.
Listen.
It makes sense. This is not a long ass story to tell. So to even expect it to drag even for like this is understand this is pre Game of Thrones type shit, but it's not that long of a story. Your daddy died. You was queen. Your fucking stepmother put her son on the throne knowing it was supposed to be you because they all dickheads. They was conspiring against you because they didn't want you to fucking run the Seven Kingdoms. You got mad. Everybody's dragons started fighting. Everybody died at the end. Like, it's not that long of a story.
It's not.
Honestly, Dajah is a book reader. So she's watching this with the patience of a book reader. I hate books. Fuck, I watch TV. I need action. I need immediate stimulation. I need dopamine hits in my arm. This is not what I came here for. If that's the case, I got to read one of these books that I never read in my house. I ain't got this much time. Listen, y'all wasted my time with Damon every episode. Y'all could have did that 2-3 episodes and got him the fuck on. We could have been flying. Y'all doing all this. Y'all show Otto. Where's been Otto been? Why is Sir Alfred traveling through this shit for 7 episodes to go from here to there? Okay, I get it's a long thing, but it's like they just, it's giving the CG was too expensive. And so they maxed out when they maxed out, and they just, this is why they didn't show, so the first scene or the first scene of Aemon, ain't no burning villages. He just on the mountain like, yeah, that's what I did, but we couldn't pay for me actually going over there and showing y'all the shit. So we just gonna give y'all this little thing of flame, and you gotta put it together yourself. We'll add the sound later to tell you what actually happened.
Oh my God.
My man is
no lies.
He's not wrong. I'm not even that
He's not wrong.
I put in my notes. I put my notes in it. I was like, I really appreciate the the FX for the dragons. We get a lot of dragons this episode. However, is that was it? Like that was.
They're not doing nothing.
They dragging it.
They're having fun before they all die, nigga. That's what the fuck is happening.
Die though, like go on and die.
Trying to get a sense of joy, not go and die.
They died so early.
I came here to watch people die. That's what I came here for. I didn't come here to see people fly. I caught the dragons like episodes ago. Cool. When y'all gonna use them? Hey, what's the use of having soldiers if you ain't gonna use them, This is a scene from one of my favorite movies, Paid in Full. What's the use of having dragons if you're not gonna use them? She talking about
we already had 2 dragon deaths. We got some other dragons that came out of nowhere.
Right.
We have the cliffhanger that maybe Baela, dumbass,
Rhaenyra,
finally going to get Rhaenyra. She pisses me off.
They had 3 scenes of Rhaenyra dehydrating.
Yo,
I didn't understand that.
Fam.
She did nothing. Like
nothing.
We knew what she was.
It shows something.
Bro,
it shows her dedication.
That this broad is desperate. Like
it showed her desperate. She looked
and dedicated.
Yo,
dedicated. Desperate is the word.
One scene of her being dehydrated, running through the mountain. She sees the dragon there. We've seen this over 2-3 episodes already.
Yes, 3 episodes.
We know she's abandoned her little brothers. We know she's out there going after the dragon. We don't need more dehydration scenes. We get it.
We get it. Dodge for 67 minutes. They had this bitch running in the wilderness. For what?
And that's like Tahoe said, this is the third episode of them doing this too. This is not the first episode.
And every time you see the dragon is there, I get it.
It's like, come on, man. I don't need to see this. Like,
she was giving like Disney Channel performances. Oh my God.
This bitch nigga off gets his dragon in 15 minutes. Shorty been running around for 3 episodes. No dragon.
Can we talk about a bitch ass nigga? Can we talk about the reason why there's a hierarchy in the world? Can we please discuss why lowborns are not supposed to be around?
Wow. Okay, but first we have to discuss the hierarchy of bitch ass niggas in this episode because it ain't just like it ain't just the lowborns who are bitch ass niggas.
We know the number one.
This episode is filled with nothing but bitch ass niggas.
But what's your favorite, Ben? You know his name.
Jace or Corliss?
Corliss, nigga.
These niggas is battling right now, though. I'm sorry. Like, they going for it. They're like, yo, I could be a bigger bitch than you, nigga. Like, it's tough. I know Corliss, like, got leaps and bounds, but Jace is hopping on his dragon and chasing that nigga down. Like, yo, dog.
First place for bitch assness.
Don't do Jace. Don't do Jace.
Don't do Jace. He upset.
He's chasing him.
He going through a lot.
Can y'all tell me why y'all saying that Corliss a bitch ass nigga? Give me.
My God.
That beat.
Let me count the ways. Nigga, Rhaenyra. Yeah, that was Rhaenyra, right? She's like, you know Adam, right? Nah, not really though. Like.
No, wait. I can tell you why he a bitch ass nigga. Deadbeat Pappy.
Bruh, nigga said nah.
Deadbeat Pappy. He do not take care of his picking them.
Come on, fam. 8 episodes of this nigga, and you still gonna be like, nah, I don't know.
And still not claiming him. Still not claiming him. He still didn't tell the council that's his son. He tells nobody nothing. We all know, but he still say nothing.
This is so problematic. Like, this is how niggas die every time because they don't reveal information.
The nigga thought he was doing the world of justice when he named his Cadillac after his dead wife.
Oh,
thank you, Corliss. Thank you, Corliss. You are so amazing. Oh, it's not about me no more. And you don't even name it the Rhaenys. Your ass says the queen that never was. You give her the bullshit name.
Disrespecting her, even in death. This nigga is the worst.
But the shit is, there's a picture on Twitter of Corliss with fucking Adam and the other nigga. I don't even know.
Smiling and shit.
Adam and the other nigga.
But like the actors behind the scenes, not like him actually claiming his kids on camera. No, he would never. He would never.
And niggas tweeted, this is like when a deadbeat dad show up to the graduation taking pictures like they actually did something.
Please.
And I was fucking weak. Like,
hold on. I got one.
Him being black, this shit is very disrespectful to black fathers everywhere. This nigga did not bring his bastards in with the rest of the family. Nigga said, I was out here shivering cold. I had to get it out the mud. Nigga, I don't want nothing from you. Fuck you, bitch. He just sat there like a bitch ass nigga and ain't say shit.
I have a question for this show's maester, and I don't know if this is a spoiler or not. I'm not sure. Can I add a theory or something that I heard was true and see if we've gotten past where this would have been revealed or not? I'm scared to say it.
Well,
I need
eyes to believe it if it's really bad.
Yeah.
All right. They're saying that those kids in the books are not Corliss.
What? They were Rhaenyr's?
Yes.
Allegedly.
Rhaenyra?
They did say that. Yeah, Rhaenyra. Like they said that
why
what are you talking about? Are you talking about Adam? Are you talking about Alan and Adam?
Not to say that he's not gonna have kids running around. I'm just saying, like,
are you talking about Adam and Alan? Which kids are you talking about?
Yeah,
Adam and Alan.
Yep.
But they can't. They're not. They're Rhaenyra's age or older.
Yeah. They cast that wrong for that theory. Them niggas is old.
Homeboy was talking about how he saw him walking around with Rhaenyra and Laena and being like, "Oh, you claim them? Those your mixed kids. Those your kids."
Right.
So
not your mixed kid.
Yeah.
So what I'm asking is it true that in the books that was the way it was, but now they've transferred it over to Corliss in the television show?
No.
Do we know? Okay.
It comes down to the ages. So think about the fact that like Rhaenyra and Baela. I'm not trying to like spoil anything. Thinking about their ages and how Rhaenyra and Laena were like their mother and uncle respectively, like how everything like lines up in age. There's no way that like Rhaenyra would be the father. It just has to. It has to be.
Okay.
It has to be that.
I think the theory that I heard was Alan was definitely Corliss's child, but Adam was possibly Rhaenyra's child. That's what I heard.
I would believe it would be like a cousin, like
right. I thought it was just
like one of them folks that was at the funeral, like last season or whatever. Yeah. I would believe it was one of them before.
Yeah, I just thought it was like some cousin type shit. I didn't think Rhaenyra was even involved. But.
Well, in this show, that's his kids. He knows it. They know it. You know, they all accepted it. He just don't want to talk about it. And like I say, that's
what is the reason why? What is the reason why? If we were to get away from just being a deadbeat,
because he's a trash. Like it's like that's what I have to point out. It's been shown. Like his daughter tells him, "Go find one of the Salton Sea niggas." She probably even know about this nigga.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So she's like, "Go claim this nigga." What's this nigga do? Oh, let me go name this boat. Let me go do this.
Like he
let me
do
everything
shit.
But what his wife said to do, who's now dead. What his daughter said to
do.
What Rhaenyra needs him to do. Like,
well, I just want to know.
Question you ask, I have the same question. There is no answer. Why are you doing this, sir? Like, there's no reason. There's no reason for him to act like
who he is.
It's for appearances. It's all about appearances. Like, who could he walk around with? He could walk around with the legitimate kids. He could walk around with his wife. Who can? But like now that he's hand, and you know, it's real weird because it's like, I feel like Rhaenyra said what she said because she knew, like Rhaenyra is queen of bastard children made legitimate. So like, why would she have a problem with you claiming she wouldn't. She actually wouldn't. She made you her hand knowing what she needs, already knowing. So why would she care? So it's not even about him actually being like scared that he lose his place because he wouldn't. He knows he wouldn't. He just doesn't. He just wants to maintain appearance in his head. It just has to appear a certain way.
It's just very egotistical and it's very fucking corny. Especially when your wife said like, hello, like legitimize these kids. Like this is enough. All our kids are dead, first of all. So you might as fucking well. Like on top of that, we also know that Alan literally has white hair, which is the reason why he keeps shaving that shit off. Alan is like, I don't even want to look like I'm fucking affiliated with this nigga. I'd rather be bald, bitch. Like, and be standing next to you. Like, and Alan told Corliss about himself to the point that Corliss couldn't even speak. That nigga couldn't even
gag that bitch.
He was just frozen. He was like, you know what? Let me not. He was like, you're dismissed. No, bitch, let me tell you who's dismissed. You're dismissed. You punk ass nigga. Don't try to help me now, bitch. Like, I was eating rats, ho. Fuck you and your babies. That's why all your kids is dead, nigga. Your bastard's still alive, nigga. Fuck out of here.
And he deserved it. He deserved all that fucking smoke. Like, don't try to be my father now. Don't try.
Absolutely.
He said that you throwing me crumbs now because you by yourself now. Now you need me. Or you see that I got something in me that you require. Now you're gonna use me. Like, where were you? Where were you, my guy? The whole time. I get it.
So is Alan now, since he's saying that when this is all over, he wants to be left alone?
Yes.
Is he now out of the heir to Salton Sea throne convo?
He been out of it.
He never wanted to do it anyway. He was never going to say yes to begin with.
Yeah.
But as a book reader.
All right, easy.
The conversation can still happen. The conversation is still happening. The conversation's not over. It's still happening.
Obviously.
Yeah, like he's not walking away from it. Like,
I apologize to all of the listeners for my book reading friend.
I'm sorry.
Don't worry, you put a little.
I invited one of them in thinking that they would know how to carry themselves on the show. I apologize.
I didn't say anything. All I'm saying is
as soon as you said as a book reader,
the door is not closed.
We just don't know what you're gonna say after that.
But we don't know what you're gonna say, so we get nervous.
No, I wasn't gonna OD because I could have OD'd. I could tell you everything, but I'm not gonna violate. I'm just saying, as a book reader, the door is not closed.
Boot you off the
door is not closed.
I said, mute her.
Jakaris.
Now you sounded just like Corliss. Now he's like, okay, you're dismissed.
Shit. Nah. The door
to dismiss you.
You can't dismiss me when I'm talking about my own family here.
No, and
the door is not closed.
I do want to say I fully agree with you there because I'm really sad that they had to make this the black man doing this. Like, it has to be the black man of all these dudes. Like I said, he's still beating Jace. We got to talk about Jace too, but he is leaps and bounds.
How is Jace wrong?
I don't think Jace is right. Jace is upset. But listen, and Tahoe.
It's always how you react.
I just wanted to make a point about how they've been showing, like, from a cinematography perspective, how they've been showing Alan and Corliss on screen. Every fucking time they are on opposite ends of the screen looking dead at each other. They're basically same height, same build, same situation. One is just bald, but he got white hair, like y'all said. And they're making it like, look, these people will always be at odds with each other. And this nigga is going down one way or another. And I'm talking about Corliss. And when I say going down, I'm just saying just the fact that he has to come to terms with his wrongdoing and all the bullshit he been putting his illegitimate children through. And now that we're at war, it's going to come to a head. So I understand what you're saying, that the conversation is not done yet, but I don't blame Alan for how he feels. Fuck you. I'm ignoring you after this. This is stupid shit.
And on that note, before we, get off Corliss, there's a picture of him that I saw early this season where he's in full armor, the same armor we see him at the end of this episode, the bullshit ending of this episode. But he's in that armor with his helmet on, swinging his great battle axe in the middle of a fight. And they showed this shot early on. It was a still released early on this season, talking about Corliss is going to finally battle this season, and we'll see it happen. So I already know that has to be from next season now. But that's that bullshit that I was talking about, that we've been talking about, is because this show started making so much money. I swear I didn't have time to Google this one either. But I swear when they started, they were like, 2 seasons, we're done. We know the ending. And then
look at where we are now.
Started cranking out money, and we getting 4 seasons of this.
Ben, the only thing he's battling
is fatherhood. Portia, I'm telling you, ain't no way. We didn't even get the Battle of the Gullet. We've been waiting on the Battle of the Gullet for 4 episodes now. I think it should, maybe episode 6, you could have really got it in a reasonable amount of time.
This is the Hulk running through the forest in the end game. That shit never happened.
That should never happen. As I'm saying, they shoot shit they doing at Marvel right now.
It's never happened, bro.
Yeah, because they that's what I'm saying. They didn't even give Corliss a chance to die in battle like he's gonna do.
Corliss is gonna die in battle.
Oh, he damn sure is. Yeah, like a sucker. And he probably gonna drag one of his sons down with him.
The minute he hits the water, Corliss dies. I'm telling you. Watch. That
man just turned to
salt. Back. All of this stuff that's going on these niggas been on the pier for the whole episode, fix this one ass ship. How the fuck?
Ain't no way.
Are you niggas the masters of this shit? Take you all this time to fix one ship?
One season. One ship.
Admiral Lowharp, I'm gonna ask. Discussing Targaryen, you were talking about Jace, and you saying Jace is not wrong.
No, Jace is not wrong. I think that he is sensitive, of course.
Yes.
But he's sensitive to the reality of the situation, which his mother has been insensitive to since she started fucking his dad. Yeah, his mother just been running around her box open, and she don't realize that now the ramifications of you ramificating is now coming back to fuck up my station.
You wouldn't have no station. The minute
he walks in there, the minute he sees Ulf, and we don't even know what the Hugh dude is thinking, because there's a lot that you got to break down. I watched this episode about 3 times. Ulf, he got to die. I don't know.
He gotta go. He gotta go.
He has to die.
Stabbed in the back.
No, he gets on my fucking nerve. Like, he is the epitome of when you bring your ghetto cousin to a good restaurant for the first time and they just be acting crazy, snapping at waiters and shit. Like, you raggedy bitch.
He's raggedy.
Like, this is why we don't let you niggas leave the hood. This is exactly why. You can't sit with us. Where is your decorum, my nigga? Like, where is your, like, why are you not just chilling? Like, just chill. This is your first time at a table. Y'all niggas been starving in King's Landing, eating fish and licking fucking stones and shit. And you finally get some real food. More birds.
More hot wings, my nigga. Like, what?
Yeah, this is why I believe in gatekeeping. This is why I don't tell everybody my spots. I don't want you niggas in there. Niggas embarrassed.
The way, like, of all of the shit that Jace ever did, the way I wanted Jace to get up and slap the shit out of him, be like, listen, peasant, know your role and shut your motherfucking mouth.
But see,
like, the whole table just upset, like,
but we're
and you got a dragon, nigga?
We're seeing this, and I don't know, maybe one of you guys are paying more attention to me than me. What is their lineage? Like, what is Hugh the Hammer's lineage? Like, is he
his mother was the sister of Viserys, right?
So so he's like really their first.
He's really like first cousin type shit.
Yes.
Ulf, what was Ulf's situation?
I don't know. No, I think that he was just a bastard.
No one knows.
He was just like his
He
mother,
claims
like
a
his
lot of
mother
shit.
probably fucked on some random Targaryens at some point.
Probably.
I don't know, but I know Hughes. I know
Yeah,
Hughes'
Hugh-
mom
Hughes,
was like
who's
legitimately
very
a
direct.
Targaryen.
Yeah,
Correct.
legit.
So
Yeah.
Hugh,
She just a hoe ass Targaryen.
Yes.
she was
Queen
a
of
big
them.
hoe. Like they actually went into a whorehouse hoe, like whore. Like
Yeah, she
Like
called
she
herself
was
the
she was
queen of hoes.
disowned. Yeah, she was like disowned from the Targaryen family because she was promiscuous and she was just out here wilding and doing mad hoe shit.
No,
And
nigga, she actually went to
Jaehaerys
work
wasn't
in a
having it.
whorehouse.
She
Yeah,
owns one.
because
She's
they
a madam.
disowned her.
She's a madam.
Yeah,
She's
they
a madam
disowned
in
her
Valentis.
completely. She ain't have
Mhm.
nothing else to do.
So she
Like
had
what
no
the fuck else
guidance.
was she supposed to do?
So
Yeah.
my thing is with Jace, he is the very thing that he questioned his mother about, the very thing that he pressed her about actually came into play through
Mhm.
Oath. I'm just like you. We're both dragon riders. Matter of fact, I got hair, you don't. I got the, you know what I mean?
Everything.
Everything.
Every single thing that he was worried about. So y'all calling him a bitch ass nigga for pouting. I will say this: he suffered a lot. Let
Yeah, he
just
did.
let
He did.
alone the entire town, the entire royal court, his cousins, everybody calling him a bastard. His
Yeah.
lineage being brought up in front of court. They're
Yep.
bastards. Like you got to think about how that makes you feel. Then the fact of knowing that your brother was killed for this, knowing that you're not killed for that, but but then knowing that
killed for the war.
You're killed for the war, and then knowing that you have always been in question, you're gonna bring in people who might have more claim.
You're gonna make it worse for me, and I understand. I'm with you. I felt Jace is not wrong, and everybody gotta remember Jace is young. Like
I don't,
he's not a 50-year-old man like trying to crying. He's a boy. He's a boy, and exactly what you said. Ulf is his wildest fears come to life.
And
everything.
I'm sorry, Ben. I know this is your show.
No,
I'm pissed off, my nigga. I gotta
go
get
ahead.
some of this shit off. I've been holding this since last night. I'm very upset.
Go ahead.
Okay, I need to write somebody a letter. And his mother keeps hopping over him. He never actually has a chance to say, I am battle worthy. I am the prince because I actually put it in.
Hard
Even
body.
with her later on in the episode, she goes over him. Hey, black guy, come on.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Hey, new nigga.
Yeah, new nigga. Like,
And
my
he
new
looked
son.
at her like, well, what about me? Like you
Yeah.
could see him in his face, the disappointment and the upset. Like it's clear.
This nigga don't even know Valerian.
Yeah, like it's a problem, and I don't know.
And she grabbed him.
Rhaenyra
Rhaenyra the Cruel is coming more and more true every episode.
Oh my
She be
God.
straight up like, she got some
But she's not that she's being cruel,
cold-hearted
Ben.
moves.
It's not that
Yeah.
she's being cruel, and you know this already. I
Yeah, I
know you
know.
know this, but
it's tactical.
it's still fear. It's a lot of fear, motherly fear, motivating this the way she treats Jace. She don't want another Luke situation, and she don't want to hear none of that shit. Despite the fact of how this is affecting Jace mentally, and emotionally, and he is a boy.
And on top of that, you also got to give Jace his shit because poor Luke, R.I.P. to a real nigga, but Jace been getting shit done. He went to Winterfell. That nigga went to the Frays.
Yep.
He got the fucking twins open. He did mad shit on his own because he's just like, yo, man, fuck you, moms. You want some other shit? You going to King's Landing, acting like a nun. You fucking disappearing. Damon just doing whatever the fuck. He been wanting to go press Damon. He's really about that shit. And maybe he would be better off if she did allow him a little bit more freedom. I understand you don't want your kids to die. You lost one. Cool. You still got 3 other niggas that was hiding in the veil anyway. It's okay if you lose Jace. You have other heirs.
See, there's more where that
your
came from.
family was popping severely. You
That's
got
crazy.
mad sons to choose from, my nigga. You're okay, bitch.
I do
You're
want to.
okay.
Damn, Dodge.
I will say that
You
y'all
can't helicopter all your kids when you got 6 of them niggas. It's okay to lose a few, bitch.
But she already lost one. That's the thing, man. And I will agree with y'all that Ulf definitely is, far ahead of Jason, the bitch nigga Olympics. So I'll give him that.
Ghetto as fuck, unserious, disrespectful.
I will agree with y'all that Jace definitely has a lot going on. But I will disagree in one point is that Jace's problem, as pointed out by Bela, right, this episode?
Yes.
Is it's the problem of a lot of white kids, I'll be honest, that I grew up with. Blaming their mama and daddy for being born. Like, nigga, if that black-haired bastard ain't bust that nut, you ain't here. There is no white-haired man who should have been your daddy. And if it was, you wouldn't be here. It'd be another nigga. You know what I mean?
Rhaenyra.
She tells him to grow up.
Yeah,
Baela
it's like,
tells
you
him
gotta
to grow up.
no matter, like, and you're still the prince. Like, no matter what, all that other shit, you are still the prince who's promised. You've been told the dream, etc. Like, you gotta, man up, son.
You that nigga, regardless of how you feel, you really are her son. Like,
and once again, that's what I always talk about. Like, the Targaryen, especially on that side, are very emotional. Rhaenyra is definitely, in these last few episodes has been like, all right, I'm fucking with her now because she's getting on that logic shit. But her son,
don't see how they treat Drake right now. Fucking Jace is Drake, bro. He's like, yo, I could be legitimate, the best rapper. I could be making it, but I'm not black enough. I don't belong.
He's blacker. Like in this case, Jace
know
got
your
the black
goddamn
hair.
role, Jace, and know your goddamn role, Drake. Like, if both of them had just stayed in their lane, we like you with the melodies, nigga. That's how it is. Like, you ain't that nigga.
You like me sending messages to the phrase, but I can't actually be a
straight up, nigga.
Like,
you ain't got Vermithor. You ain't got Vermithor, nigga. You got a little dragon.
But he didn't.
And you weak.
But he got a dragon. He got a dragon.
And you soft like bread. We already know this. Like, sorry, bro.
He did the phrase on his own. That was on his own.
He's not that soft.
Yeah, that's
and
what I'm saying.
interesting.
No, that shit is like Drake. You know what I mean? He can sing a great song. But when it comes to, like fighting, nah, bro. I got to get this nigga over here.
But they don't give him a chance to fight. How do you know?
But it's interesting because in the
know her
books,
sons.
the person who decided to do the whole dragon seed thing was Jace. So it's really interesting that in the show they've decided to make him the one who's opposing the whole dragon seed thing. Whenever in the books, that was his idea.
So does it still backfire on him like this?
But that's what I had said not last season, but last episode, that this was all his fucking idea, but it wasn't the way he wanted it in that way. Like he was like
in the books, he was not. This was not a big it was part of the plan. So it's just interesting that they decided to go with this characterization of him, like as a he's threatened as another bastard or whatever. And I'm like, but
that's more realistic.
That never. Too. I mean, I guess. Yeah. But I'm like, if you're like highborn, you're highborn. You have what you have or whatever.
But he letting the whispers get to him.
Yeah.
He's emotional.
Yeah.
He's emotional. There it is.
See, a Pisces is crazy.
Like
we know our own.
Wait, so just clarification. I'm sorry, Portia. Just clarification. He is the one that told his mom, yo, check the records. There's probably other people.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
that's what he said.
Later on.
He wasn't thinking you was going to go get bastards.
This nigga.
Right. Remember, when that other nigga, the baked potato nigga got, he was just like, well, he was leader. He had station. He was a leader of something. That's why he wasn't upset when she tried that old nigga to try to go to Vermithor. It was only when you got fucking
new fresh nigga. Alan came in there with the locks, looking shiny, huge hammer coming
Alan didn't even try. That was hilarious. That's what
I'm saying. He didn't even try. He got a dragon.
It's all because it's before, like I said, the greatest fears come to life, and also what he hates. He hates the fact that people always talk about being bastards and the illegitimacy of bastards, and that's something that's dogged him his entire young life. And now it's coming to a head, and he's just thinking the worst out of everything, and that's the problem. There's nobody guiding him.
But he's not wrong. That's the other thing.
He's not, and that's what we're saying.
Once again, it's like, I'm not mad at Jace. I'm just like, come on, man. You got to, think a little bit, bro, because, it's like, you're not wrong because you have a huge problem. You have Hugh Hammer with Vermithor. Like, that is... that's
legitimately.
Like Rhaenyra created the biggest monster. Like, we can talk about Ulf, but I've already... y'all weren't here last week when I talked about how this man left his wife on a move. And you ain't see her this episode. Like, that man was like, word, oh, you don't want me to get this dragon? Oh, well, boop, got the dragon. Hugh. And now he chilling. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that is like that is a level, for anyone who has, been in love, anything. If you are ready to drop someone like that, like on Heat, leave somebody in 60 seconds type shit, you are, we've seen Heat. You a grimy nigga. You know what I mean? Al Pacino was, them niggas was grimy in that movie. Like,
she said she did not want his wife. Said, I don't want to be a widow.
Yeah, no,
you don't need to do all this.
She didn't need the power, none of that. And he was like, I'll never want for anything again. boom.
But you know why? Because he's been feeling powerless this whole time. Remember how all season they seen him scrounging in the streets like a street rat, getting whatever he could get, trying to save his daughter who died anyway, trying to do all this shit.
But we see him punch a nigga out for food. You know what I mean? It's like, that's like...
You going overboard.
I get it. Like, that's your daughter. But it's like, you got to find a way to work with these same people because these are the people who you live with. These are the lowborns. Like, these are you. But you're like, fuck that. I don't have to beat you, nigga. I can level up.
I think that's also like part of his characterization as like his mother being who she was. Like it wasn't like he's like Ulf, where he's like, I have no idea where I got my Targaryen blood from.
He knows directly. He was embarrassed by her.
Yeah.
Like one of the things with his mother's story is that she tried whenever she was about to get taken to the nunnery, she tried to sneak in and steal a dragon, and they caught her. So I feel like part of like that's like a resentment in his like family where he's just like, I've always felt like I've wanted to be able to come outright and just say who I was and claim a dragon just like the rest of them Targaryens. It's part of my birthright. It's what I need. It's supposed to have. It's what I'm supposed to have. I'm gonna go do it. And then he just goes and does it. And I feel like I was part of him since his childhood before he even met his wife. So it just like makes sense in his characterization that he's like, even though I've committed myself to someone for life, nah, my childhood resentment. He's like Aemond in that way. My childhood resentment overrides anything that I'm doing currently as an adult.
Scared. I'm scared of this.
Look at you.
Me too.
Emotional.
As he
me too.
As Ulf looks like he's unraveling, I'm seeing even when Rhaenyra mentioned that they need to go burn Oldstown or Lannistown or Lannis, whatever that is.
Lannisport.
Lannisport.
And they was like, there's a lot of innocent people there. And you saw Hugh like
he was like, well,
yeah.
So people every day.
I'm just wondering where that storyline goes.
Can we go back to that though? Like, when did Rhaenyra be like, all right, I gotta go burn some towns up?
Listen, she was
fuck her. I hate that bitch.
She was first of all, she was counseled.
I love it.
She was counseled by Corlys that you gotta strike and do something now. You got to strike by the iron is hat.
She listened to that whole nigga? This nigga won't even...
She named him hand. She listening to him. That's the closest thing she got to Rhaenys. That's literally the only reason. Let's be real.
Daemon this episode. So, like, they don't, consider anything?
She says all that before she sees Daemon. What you mean? So, no, like... No. Wait, hold on.
No, I do want to know why Dajah's playing fucker.
Go back to this Q thing. I agree, and I want to really put a pin in... Not a pin, but like a... highlight that. Hugh, both of them are scary as fuck to me. This is a problem. I don't, and they've touched on it in the beginning with that Corlys conversation with Rhaenyra, where they was like, who are these niggas? Right? Like, we don't know them. Besides Alan, whatever, we don't know these two. We don't know what they're capable of. We don't even know if they brave. And we said this too. We do not know where they stand. And as you saw with Hugh, his eyes was just like, am I gonna fucking run away with Vermithor? That's what I got from his ass.
Yeah.
With Ulf is oh my God, great word. Unraveling. He's only been there 2 days and the nigga's already on some psychotic shit. He's just like,
first of all, he was about to fucking fall off his dragon anyway when he went back to the hood in his fucking dragon. Like, hey, look at me. That nigga almost fell off that hole.
He was running like it was a pool. He didn't give a, he's not
But you
there.
see they were practicing this episode, so they are, already learning and getting
Ulf
better.
Barely practicing. Ulf didn't even want to fucking go to practice. Like, he was like, nigga, we got class at 10. And Ulf is just like,
Ulf want to hang out on the yard.
Right.
Ulf is like, but like, it's funny because Ulf is like in a place where he really should think twice about the fact that he's among all these rich folk who don't care about anything that he does. And he just got this dragon, and someone else could claim a dragon. It don't got to be him. So if somebody wants to go stabby and his dragon's not around, what's he gonna do? All he has to his name is I got this dragon. What if he gets stabbed?
That goes back to who Ulf has been shown to be. Like, just how we've seen who Hugh's shown to be. Like, Ulf is the type of person who sits in a bar and says wild shit where any nigga could walk up and stabby. And so he's been that nigga. So he's not going to change just because that's who he is.
You jerk.
I hate them all. I've never, ever, ever watched a show where I hate all of the main characters more than this one. Like, there is not one main character that I'm like, you know what? I fucks with you for real. Like, I only fuck with Bela. I only fuck with Bayla. Not even Helena. Because Helena is batshit crazy. And also being
crazy.
a book reader, I already
crazy.
know what. No.
Okay, slow down.
No.
So, see, you got.
I'm not gonna say it, but what I'm saying is being a book reader, fuck Helena, okay? I only fuck with Bayla. That's the only
second
one.
time she says the B word.
I hate everybody.
She just drops it like
every time you say the book. Listen, I do want to touch on something else, Daj. You said fuck Rhaenyra Targaryen. Why fuck Rhaenyra?
I hate her.
I love it.
She's a fucking innocent. She's an idiot. She is a bona fide dickhead. And like it bothers me like to my soul. Like there's a reason why her and Alicent was best friends for so long, because they both fucking stupid. They on two different spectrums of dumb. Alicent is the righteous dumb. Rhaenyra is the hoe dumb, and the both of they stupid asses. Like I'm gonna tell you why I really don't like
righteous dumb is. I was about to disagree.
Exactly
You're right. Righteous dumb is
right.
Like, it's
what is she
100%.
done?
No, I'm gonna tell you what Rhaenyra does.
Is right. For Alicent.
Rhaenyra likes to listen to stupidity before wisdom, and I don't like that. Yeah. And even though her council don't really fuck with her, they don't really fuck with her because she ain't really done shit. You literally wasted the whole season not acting. Niggas done murked your baby. First of all, niggas murked your baby. Your husband left and went and got his own shit. Like, you're just like, oh, well, you know, Damon is just going to do what Damon does. And I just have to focus over here. She should have been rolled up to Harrenhal and checked that nigga. She should have been. Like, Rhaenyra does too much sitting around. And I don't feel like she's doing enough with what she
about
has.
Sitting around the whole
You sat there. No, she sat there the whole time reading books and shit. Like, I get it, but get somebody else to do it. Shorty.
She's reading fucking history books, looking for fucking the drivers of the cars. Yeah,
Wikipedia is crazy.
I didn't know about that.
Reading fucking National Enquirer. She's not just reading some bullshit.
I feel like Rhaenyra had opportunities. Rhaenyra had mad opportunities to start popping off, and I understand why she did it, but the nigga in me, I don't respect it. Pop off, bitch. Do something. Do something, bro. Help me, nigga. Like, everybody is rooting. We're all rooting for you, bitch. Like,
can we talk about how much she's contradicting herself? Like,
how?
Like,
I'm loving this.
No, it just doesn't make sense what you're saying.
I'm not saying it was logical. I'm just saying she needed to.
So you just all right.
Tahoe, why is she contradicting herself?
As long as you're not saying what you're saying is logical, I'm good. It isn't logical. The girl is trying to stop
there's nothing about you can't stop it. It already started. Niggas took your throne and murked your baby, and you ain't do shit.
She's trying not to kill innocent people in several damn towns in order to do this shit. Plus, the people at the council not really giving her no real motherfucking advice. They really not. They haven't told her nothing solid to do. Like they literally just, it's been bullshit the whole time. As a matter of fact, the one person at the council that she actually trusted, the minute he got the fuck out of there, he told the other motherfucker, yo, you know what? I don't believe in her. Why don't you be king? Like, yo, she has had to weather so much shit in her motherfucking seat that it's crazy that as soon as we look at women, y'all be the ones that it be women. Because y'all know how ignorant we are, but y'all be behind y'all back going with each other, hating on each other.
That's crazy.
The only thing I'll say here is that I fully agree that both of them, you know, between Alicent and
are on different levels of dumb.
And there's also the writing of this episode, and I feel like, you know, people are gonna, I not even feel like, I know they are gonna jump down the writers because they did the same thing they did before, where they have this meetup, you know, and it's just like, one, the Grand Maester, like, I need the meme of him doing the, what's his name, with the cigarettes, because the Grand Maester is over.
The duck with the cigarettes.
He's over it.
Overworked this episode. Yeah. This nigga had to get Aegon up out of there and had to somehow get her into
sneak Alicent.
Yeah, into Dragonstone. So like it's just easy. Like that's the other part of this. It's like how they just keep infiltrating each other's homes or castles or whatever.
Easily.
Like nothing. You know, and she's like, oh my God, they got weapon at the gate.
Nothing.
Like,
there's nothing,
because it is nothing.
Why doesn't the guard just murk you? You know,
I
like
just don't understand.
They don't have orders
I
to do
really
that.
don't understand.
Well, listen,
I don't understand.
cops don't be having orders. Niggas just, shit happens sometimes. Like, I can't, like, some guard would just see her and be like, yo, this is my chance.
But listen, Dajah and Tahoe, you're both right. You're both right. When it comes to Rhaenyra, she's been through too much. I get it. She's also has been doing dumb shit for a while.
A while.
For a while. And listen, I realized that this episode when Rhaenyra and Alicent had that conversation. And I just said, nigga, y'all are two sides of the same coin. Y'all are both done this. Where, like, they mirrored it on purpose. Rhaenyra, this whole time, has tried to do the impossible without bloodshed, without violence, wants to keep the peace. But let's be real. There is no way you're going to have a throne usurping situation and there's going to be peace. There will always be violence. That was naive of her. And her approach that, I'm going to try this, I'm going to try that. Every step of the way, she was thwarted. Think about that. She tried to sneak in and talk to Alicent, thwarted. She tried to talk to this person and that person, thwarted. She tried to get counsel from her counsel, thwarted. Understand? Like, everything she tried to do that was besides the main thing, which was, nigga, you're going to have to resort to violence every time she had the problem. Now here come Alicent with the same bullshit. I'm trying to stop this shit now. I'm gonna open the doors, let you in. And Rhaenyra Rice looking at her like, are you fucking serious right now? There's no fucking way that's gonna hurt. A son for a son.
That was my favorite Rhaenyra scene. But that was my favorite Rhaenyra scene because that's when I'm starting to like boss up, bitch. Like these niggas murked your baby, bro.
She's finally
like these niggas murked your baby and took your crown, and it took you a whole season to say some real shit. Like you still like when she was over there pleading with Alicent for peace, I didn't like it. I did like the fact that Alicent had the understanding that she misinterpreted something like, oh shit, I really fucked up. I thought that was an important part to have or a conversation to have. But at the end of the day, I've really been waiting for Rhaenyra to be like, you know what? Y'all niggas keep playing in my face and I will really come over here and murk all you niggas. Stop fucking playing with me. And when Alicent came through and she said, you know what? Like, yo, ain't no peaceful way to do this, bitch. Like, you really thought that she was going to do all of this shit and it was going to be no violence? You thought it wasn't going to be a problem? You thought you was going to be able to just walk away and just go live your life and trollop in the woods, ho? Now you got me fucked up. You got me fucked up. And that's what I've been waiting for Rhaenyra to say. I've been waiting for Rhaenyra to stand at the end at that table on Dragonstone and say, listen, these niggas got me fucked up. What we going to do about it? Like, instead, like, it's been too long for her to try to do this the peaceful way. After Rhaenys died, it should have been up. Wait, Rhaenys died. It should have been up immediately. Vhagar down. Fucking Aegon is on a fucking shish kebab. Oh, now, what's next? Council? Who's next? Who gonna get murked next? Her stupid ass still sitting like, oh, well,
and it's naive of both of them. Naive of both her, Alicent, and Rhaenyra to think that the innocents are not going to get in all this.
Thank you for making that point because I really like the writing on Alicent this whole season too, because she at every point has been trying to, avoid the larger conflict. She talked to her dad, was like, it doesn't have to be violent like that. And he looked at her like, yes, it does.
Be fucking for real. I said be fucking for real.
Her crown.
Yeah.
You took her throne in the middle of the night, like a thief in the night. Like niggas didn't even announce the king was dead. Y'all niggas had a whole round table discussion. And what you thought was gonna happen.
But that's what I'm saying. Both of them are, I don't want to say ignorant, but they're both
they're both victims of patriarchy.
Naive, and like
they're both very
operating
naive
under
because
illusions.
of all of the peace. Because they only were born in a peaceful time, and I understand that too. But I am waiting for Rhaenyra the Cruel because you don't have to do that much to me, even in a time of peace, for me to want to get back at you. Like they already did too much. They already did too much. But when Rhaenyra had that baby and Alicent was like, bring me that kid right now, and Rhaenyra bleeding fucking afterbirth all over the castle floor. Like you gotta understand, like niggas been fucking with Rhaenyra for a very long time. For her to still try to be like, oh, let's try to figure out a good way to do this shit. Nigga, you done stabbed me in front of my kids. Like all types of shit, and you stabbed me in front of my kids. You had me bleeding afterbirth all over the place. You've been
Yeah.
talking cash shit about me to my daddy for years. My father died. You did not tell me. You did not tell me when my father died. You took my fucking crown. You fucking you locked my cousin up and she had to bust through the fucking ground on a dragon. Like all types of shit that they did to you. And you killed my baby. And I'm still like, can we please try to find a better way to solve this? Nah, nigga.
Well,
she should have tried to fucking burn Alicent face off when she was in the set, bro.
Portia.
I'm going to say what I've said before, which is that Rhaenyra is exactly what the Targaryens have been stationing each other to be, which is about the Targaryen line. So where Alicent has been like, I don't give a crap about no Targaryen line. I'm a high tower. I'm coming in here. We're taking over 99-2000. Here we go. She, like, that has not been Rhaenyra's vibe, has been on the same vibe. She's always been trying to honor her father, who had led for peaceful times. She has seen this peacetime as the, like, ideal. So everything she's done, while again, if she was a vengeful person, would have never gotten this far without there being some kind of check. We also got to think about how the fact that she's learned. Like, you don't think she learned from, she came, as soon as Luke died, she got word of it. She said, I need Aemon dead. And there goes Daemon. She don't think she learned her lesson from being immediately spiteful from that. Like, she's had to, like, move in ways that where she's thoughtful about, like, I got to be thoughtful about who I tell to do what. Like Ben was saying earlier this season, he's like, you got to know if you got a mad dog, you can't just go in a room where the mad dog is and then tell them to do whatever and then not accept anything crazy. Okay, so when you can't be mad about when homegirl does not immediately move like that anymore because like she has to move and grow. Now I agree, people be doing things, but I also disagree with the idea that every time something happens, you got to be ready with something in your trigger, because those people tend to go off real quick. They tend to lose real quick. They tend to not have legacy. As soon as everything happens to them, they're snapping back. Like, it tends to not happen. And so she's thinking Targaryen legacy. She's thinking my house will go on. She's thinking
But then which
is why she sends the kids away.
But that's where her father went wrong. Because if you're gonna marry somebody that's not a Targaryen, then you also have to instill that type of value within them. You sat there and you allowed dissentment in your family. The Greens and the Blacks
it's all in Viserys. It's all in Viserys, yeah.
Yeah, this is Viserys.
He should have seen sure. Otto had plans for his he should have known the schemer that Otto was. He's worked with Otto for decades and he didn't know the kind of schemer Otto was.
Even past that, he knew Rhaenyra is a woman. And the realm is going to have a hard time accepting.
That's how he got the seat in the first part.
Right. And he knew that was going to be a problem. And my thing is he did too little too late. And then he got sick and then couldn't do much.
Yeah. Okay. Now all right, because let me jump in real quick, because everyone, especially a lot of our listeners accuse me of being, straight up Alicent and I don't even know the colors. Team green, whatever.
Green is Alicent, black is Rhaenyra.
No, I get it. And my thing is, Viserys did all he could do. He tried. It's like late, you can blame him for whatever. One, he got sick, so that's going to be the immediate L. But two, nothing he could do. Like, that's what I keep saying. Like, and that's what that thing is. Like, I talk about them having this Messiah complex, etc. But it's also Rhaenyra is very a good person because of her Messiah complex, because she believes that we need this time of peace. We need to build up our reserves because what is coming? Winter is coming. And doom is coming no matter what. So we have to be as strong as possible. So that's why Viserys wanted the peace. That's why she's trying to keep it going. But the problem is with Viserys, nothing he could do would have prepared, the realm for this. It's just like, VP Harris right now. Nothing we can do can prepare America for her winning the presidency. It could be, we'll see how it goes. It's just one of those things because we've never seen it before. And it's one of those things there. It's like, I don't know if they've had queens before, but I'm sure if they did, it didn't go down well anytime they did.
They never had a queen.
There we go.
They had queens.
Rhaenyra would be the first.
There we go.
Queens who
there
were
we go. So there it is. So it's like,
it doesn't matter because at the end of the day, he could have kept it in his pants, and that would have kept at least it would have been a whole different kind of fight.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. That shit is like that's okay. But also him keeping it in his pants is like. he needed the Greens, at that time, that might have been strategic, right? It wasn't just like he fucked Shorty, Alicent just because it was Alicent,
It was engineered by Otto, though. That whole situation with Alicent and becoming together and the high tower power, that was engineered.
So who's
and he knows how Otto moves, and you told me he didn't see how his friend was moving around him?
He created that problem. No matter what, he keeps it in his pants. There's a million other men who want that throne. Every time. That's all it's going to be. There's no way the realm is just going to roll over with him keeping it in his pants.
One of the smartest things that Rhaenyra did was when she pressed him, it was just like, yo, like, if you gave a fuck about this family and about this line, you would have married Lena Valerian. Like, you was thinking about yourself, and then you're thinking about yourself. You fucking on my best friend. You know her father is corrupt. Well, he's a schemer to a certain plan. Like, again, all of this boils down to just a certain level of arrogance and stupidity. And for that, like, I don't know. And then I think I think about a lot of things from like a perspective of a mom. As a mother, bro, Rhaenyra ain't do enough to me. I'm just saying, as a mom, like, you're not gonna murk my son. And I'm still trying to sue for peace. Like, I get the logic behind it, but I think that Rhaenyra would have came off more stronger and less like a person that can be like walked over and fucked with if she would have answered that, especially in a different way.
The baby died.
And then you got Christian Cole rolling around here like he big nigga on campus. Like, you should have told Baylor, if you see one of them niggas, smoke them niggas. Not stay far away. Stand back. Don't do anything.
Damon killed the baby. Damon killed the prince. Yeah, they killed the prince. And they said it was her. Revenge was now done. And she's now losing the people with that. So she now has to be.
She got them back. She fed them.
She sent us some merch. We know.
She needed to be more strategic. And as you're saying, and I speak, shut up. Shut your mouth. As you're speaking as a mother, Viserys is thinking as a father. Hello, I'm speaking. God damn. As you're speaking as a mother, Viserys is thinking as a father. He's always given this doubt towards his daughter. His daughter goes out into the forest, drags back this white stag, goat, whatever the hell that was.
It was a boar.
He's now thinking, yo, you know what? I'm shitting on my daughter. And he also has a level of privilege in that he's been the king and that everybody answers to him. And he keeps saying, it's my word. This is what I said. My daughter seems strong enough. We've had 80 years of peace. My word is going to carry peace on. He's, as we might say, arrogance. I'll give you arrogance, but I'll also say privilege, and I'll also say a respect of what the history is and the Song of Ice and Fire, saying like, yo, you are going to be the one that ushers in this next thing. I've studied it. I've seen it. This is what it is.
It's prophecy.
I am following prophecy here. And it's a lot less of what we think, oh, Rhaenyra should have did this, that, and the other. It's the fact that she's following where she's come from. And she also knows where this is supposed to go. She's also seen the tide changing with like, oh, okay, you killed my son. Damn, I went and killed the baby after the son. They got the city people is rooting for them now because I did that. Like, I gotta win this. I have to win this. This isn't just about me getting revenge. Like somebody on the street just got something stole from them. This is about me becoming queen and letting the prophecy happen the way it's supposed to happen. And they've always used that undertone with all of their movements throughout the season.
And another thing about that is like Rhaenyra is a student of history, right? So one, she knows what Dragons Unleashed will do. Two, like I was talking about Rhaenyra the Cruel and You Can't Wait for It. The slightest move by her makes her Rhaenyra the Cruel, because she's a woman. That's the thing. It doesn't take.
And she says that to Alicent too. You're going to be painted as the villain.
It doesn't take shit for her to be labeled the villain. So she's doing everything she can to avoid that. So that's why, even though I've disagreed with some of her moves, just like you have, I've also like really fought with her this season, especially towards the end of the season. Like I keep saying, she's really been like, okay, I get it. Like that shot of her when the fucking army bowed to her.
Yeah.
Like
no matter what, I'm still
epic.
Loyal to Rhaenyra. No matter what, I'm Team Black.
To the listeners, I apologize for telling my co-host to shut up. I have to do it often. She overtalks me every day during our show.
First of all, you don't even know what the fuck happened. Tatiana said that they sent the fucking lowborn niggas merch, and you mad at me? She said they sent that niggas
gift boxes.
One question. Do y'all think that
Niggas
Alicent...
taking selfies.
Do you think that Laris told Alicent what was happening with Aegon? And so that whole time she's talking and dealing with Rhaenyra, she's like, oh yeah, like I'm a press it, like I'm worried about Aegon, but honestly I know Aegon's okay, and it's gonna be okay. Like
you don't like that, Tahoe? You don't like that she gave him up?
No, for one, ever since I guess the moment at the council where Aemon basically shut her up, get the fuck out of here, and she started doubting everything. I've said that they're setting up a moment where Alicent betrays Aemon. I've seen that coming. They kept doing that, you know. But her promising Aegon's head, pause, and Laris already having his own plan. I don't see that being Portia. I don't see that being something that was in the cards for her. I think that she actually is trying to save Helena. I think she's actually trying to save herself. I think she's now boxed in by the idea of Aegon being king again. She never wanted that. Like she's like, oh, this is horrible.
Yeah.
The idea of Aemon being king. You know what I'm saying?
Which is even more horrible.
She said that. She said, you know what Aemon is. Like, let's not even play this.
Like, it's not her son. That's the craziest thing to me. But
she realizes, and then realizing after Rhaenyra met with her and realizing that it wasn't the Aegon that she thought it was, and realizing that she set all this stuff in motion. I really think she was trying to get the fuck out of there.
I do. I agree. Yeah. She literally said, I have no personal ambitions. I just want to walk around and breathe the air. She is an NPC at its finest. She don't want nothing with nobody. She don't want no lines. She don't want no story. She don't want no side quests. She just want to be out there. She was floating in the fucking lake looking at the birds. She wants to be free, which means you have nothing.
No, fuck out of here. Fuck that hoe. Because like now you want to be free. Now after you lost everything, now that you finally see what the fuck the world is, now you're just like, oh, now I just want to.
She's woe with me. She's woe with me because. Remember, she also said, she also said, listen, people have been telling me what to do my whole life. I've just been following the path, and now the path is betraying me, and now I'm understanding now my life ain't shit.
No, fuck
it's a little too late now, my nigga.
See, it's too late. You started all of this shit. Like, you started this shit from way back when you was pressing niggas and asking about Rhaenyra box. Fuck you. You should have just minded your business. You was supposed to be her best friend, ho. If she was outside fucking and sucking, you wasn't even supposed to bring yourself in that. You was the main one going against your mans, and now you out here trying to be like, oh, I get it now. You know, I'm trying to balance life and being a queen and a queen regent and having a lover. Oh, a lover? My lover? You fucking my old nigga in my bedroom, bitch. Like, no, Alicent, no, I don't have no fucking empathy, sympathy, or nothing for that little redheaded hoe. And on top of that, I love Alicent bad. Like, in real life, she's absolutely stunningly beautiful. So fuck that hoe. Fuck that hoe in real life. Like, I beat too, nigga. Like,
I love her in real life. However, comma.
Like, yeah, that conventional beatability to her.
It's too many niggas. It's too many niggas that started some shit and now they trying to save their ass. And all they had to do was just do the right fucking thing. Everybody was for self, and now everybody is seeing how bad it get. Even Christian Cole, that nigga got PTSD up the asshole.
Hold on. I just got two things.
Just ready to die.
Because I don't think either y'all were here, Tahoe, when I was talking about how when Rhaenyra showed up in that nun outfit, though. I was like,
how good she looked. Yeah. He loved her in that damn nun outfit.
Like all day. But
Christian Cole
Dwayne and Cole, shit, son. When Dwayne and Cole sat down together on the log at the end of
about depression. That was all about
I needed that the Curb Your Enthusiasm music to play over that shit.
I feel like it's very interesting that we're bringing them up at the same time because like it kind of felt like a theme
Bonding.
a bit for the like story, like this, like the again, like overall, I felt exactly how Dajah was saying. Like it's a fine episode. Do I as and also as a book reader, do I want us to be here right now? No. I thought we were going to be somewhere interesting right now. I thought we were going to have to bend it something crazy. Like this is going to be like a big. Oh, there's things that happen with Sunfire specifically that like this, and it's how they're saying he's dead, and it's throwing me off. A lot of things are throwing me off right now. What's happening with Sheep Stealer's throwing me off. What's happening right now with them saying that Sunfire is dead. Them spending so much time on this little intrigue, it's taking too much. But thematically, I do like that we have Cole and Gwen having this like clocking each other in a fun way, because it's like, why is Gwen actually clocking him in this moment? Like they're about to be having to go to battle. They're like having to pull it together. They're like, but like they're it's impending. Like it's
nigga in my face, nigga. You in broad daylight, nigga. Go in your goddamn tent
in front of all the men looking
this is my shit. That's my
sniffing on my sister's shit.
But like, can all the men see the letter from that far away where they are? Like, not really.
But they know this nigga. They all know. They all know.
Gwen had enough of the shit.
Yeah,
that's what that Gwen
That's
situation.
basically what it was. But like, for me, it felt like it was coming up, because it's like, when do you dwell on that? When you have nothing else to dwell on, because you're scared you're about to die.
Correct.
So Kristen Coles called him out on like, at the end of the day, we're about to die, so I don't care. Like, you can kill me. You can kill me early, but that's one less person to be here helping you not die. So do it or don't do it. That's on you. That's why I feel like it came from Alicent as well. Like, I feel like Alicent was like, at the end of the day, I just want to be prancing and francing along in the meadow. That's all I want to do.
It's too late for
and it's like, and Rhaenyra is like, girl, you could have been. I was trying to tell you from the beginning that this whole being part of royalty crap is not set out for you. You wanted to prove me wrong. You said you was the fairy tale princess of the Sept, and that you were going to do all the holy things, and that it was never going to be a bad day for you because your daddy had your back. But then, every time I said something to you, like, oh no, girly, I was raised Targaryen. I'm here. I lived this life. You looked at me like I was crazy. And now look at you. Now look at me. Now look at you, now look at me. And it feels like they're all in the same place. They're all like, you thought you were better than me. You thought you had it. Guess what? We're in the same place at the same time. Impending death.
This nigga Portia spitting. Oh my God. Portia.
Facts.
I just think it's another scene that didn't need to be.
No,
this whole episode should not have been.
No, I loved it.
This whole episode shouldn't have been, but the fact that it was, those were
Cole
good scenes.
turned into deaf fucking poetry jam for no fucking reason.
It was hard though. That nigga was spitting.
It was like, my life is forfeit. Like, okay.
That nigga was spitting. Like,
First
niggas
of all,
hate on Cole so much, but
That
like
was
in
the
that
one
scene,
thing-
that nigga was spitting,
But I'm just mad
dog.
that once again, Cole is alive. This nigga just won't die.
Hey.
I need him to go.
Stab him. Stab him.
But
Give us something.
was so
He was
funny.
at the end of a sword. This is the 10th million time.
Stab him. I'm licking the screen. I'm drooling. Stab him. You got the knife. Just put it in there.
I got the gun in my room. I can go get it. We can shoot him together. It'll be fun.
Jesus Christ.
You know, the funniest thing is that Cole is alive and all his babies is dead. All his bitches said, I will never keep this nigga kid.
The other thing that's crazy to me is that Kristen Cole was talking about, like, you know, like, oh, whenever Gwen was like, what about your brothers and the oath? Like, you, like, he's like, do they keep the oath? And I'm like, that's legit. That's a legit thing. But at the same time, we know that the twins were probably keeping the oath. So the righteous people that you had you got rid of them to make you feel better. Consciously or subconsciously, the people that you knew were keeping the oath, you made sure were no longer around you anymore, because you didn't want that mirror reflection about how you were be over here being dirty. So you have people who are questionable in the order, but you don't have anyone who is legit living up to that oath, because you can't live up to the oath. So how dare they live better than you do? And you're the commander.
Right. Because, like, what are we talking about? Like, I can't stand them. But can we talk about Otto?
Yo, is that nigga in jail?
Where is Otto? Who's
he in jail?
That nigga.
Who's got Otto?
What happened?
They didn't want to pay that nigga.
Otto is in a cell. I really watched this episode, and I guess the third time I watched it, I was looking at every character, and I'm thinking, who locked Otto up?
Mm.
Who do
Shorty,
y'all
what's her
think?
name?
This feels like Dynasty.
Yeah, I'm
Oh,
trying to
like
figure out
Grey
who locked
Worm?
him up too.
Grey Worm.
No,
Was it
it's
Alicent?
Dallas?
Shorty.
Who shot
No,
Jay
not no,
Mysera.
no.
Mysteria?
No.
Masaria?
Mysteria.
She
That
didn't
bitch.
have.
Because I
She
keep.
didn't have. She didn't have. She was not even in Dragonstone when Otto disappeared.
Yeah.
Oh,
It
She
doesn't
wasn't
matter, but she got people. She be knowing everything.
It depends on where he got, honestly.
remember, I kept asking y'all where the fuck is Otto. Y'all was like, oh, he taking his time. That nigga is locked up.
But they were getting
Yeah,
letters
Yeah,
from Dayron.
because he went against her. He went against the fucking White Snake, and she said that. She said that she had beef with Otto Hightower. She said that she was selling him information, and I had to go back and start watching the season from the beginning because I thought I missed something with Otto when I saw this nigga locked up. But I'm just like, nah. She specifically said that she got beef with this nigga because this nigga burnt something to like. Remember when
Burnt
she
her
was
home.
He
Yeah,
took
burn
over
her
her
home.
whole life.
Yeah.
Like he just got
So
rid of her
she
whole life.
probably, hopefully next season we're gonna get the story that she fucking orchestrated something that got that nigga out of here.
I think it was Laris.
Otto,
You think it was Laris?
you think it was Laris?
Why you think it was Laris?
Laris wanted that hand position. I think it was something between Aegon, Laris. Remember, Otto got out of there after Aegon fired him, right?
Yeah.
He was dipping
And-
off. Laris was already sneaking his way into that position.
Mm-hmm.
He was already
But he gave it to Christian Cole already.
Yeah,
He can't
but
Remember,
On some
he
stupid shit,
immediately
though.
gave it to Christian.
All some stupid shit, not because of like, it wasn't like where Aemon was like, not you, idiot. I'm go back and get Otto. Like that hurt Laris. That hurt Laris' heart because it was like, okay, the smart nigga is now downing me. Like he
So it
didn't
is
care when
Laris.
Aegon did that.
It's Laris then. It's either. I mean, I'll say it could be either one, but I would go with Laris because, like you said, you know, he was insulted right then, and then he's like, "Oh, go get him now. I'll go get this nigga." You know.
But also, right before you see Laris and Aegon in the carriage
Aegon.
is when you see the Hightower cell open.
Ah,
Or when you see the light go to
So
the
you
Hightower
think that he
cell.
had him locked up and he took him?
Now he's traveling with the
He
nigga.
traveling.
He
well,
may be traveling or he may just, I don't know. But this is
Mm.
the very scene before the carriage ride
Mm,
is where you see Otto.
Mhm.
mm.
I do will say I prefer.
Yeah, I think that's it. I
that
think
might
he
be
had
it.
him,
I prefer
and
the
then-
Mysaria thought because I like justice. So that would be amazing. But
but there ain't no justice in this world.
You don't think it's like a mysterious third party out there
Maybe.
making
Maybe.
things
It
happen?
may be. I
Absolutely.
Googled it. Was it in the books? Do you see it?
wait, so since y'all talking about mysterious third parties and all these people in Otto, when they go to that, and this is at the end when they're like doing the montage of all the troops moving and people
Mhm.
going to where they need to go, you see what I believe to be is the Hightower's troops, and then a dragon flies over them. Is that Darren?
It probably
Is that Darren, the Alicent's son, and
Mhm.
Targaryen?
I forgot all about that nigga. I
Me
forgot
too.
she
Oh,
had
no, I
another
didn't.
son.
No, they've been
They
talking
like I
about him all
forgot
season.
before they brought it up this season.
They
And
brought
then
it up?
whenever
Yeah.
they brought it up this season, I was like, let me double check my notes. And I was like,
They
oh,
brought
yeah.
it up like 3 or 4 times. So they brought him
No,
up.
they did.
Yeah.
But I was
Dwayne and
still
them
like,
talked about him. They talked about him. They said the dragon was, riding
Ready
in.
to
She-
fly.
My
Yep.
thing is that he's the blazing glory of Alicent because she's like, oh, my sons that I raised are trash. Is the one that I didn't raise? Is he
Yep.
good? And and Gwen's like, yeah, he's great.
Yeah.
He's
Okay.
fantastic.
So that is-
One other thing we really didn't mention this episode was the Lannister.
There was a lot we didn't
That
mention.
whole mud pit situation.
Oh,
But
well,
that
what else?
shit. Let's talk about comedy. Lord Thailand, or like we like to call him,
Tyron.
Tywin, or Ty Man,
Lord.
or Tyrod.
she called that
Or
nigga
Tyrese.
Tyrod.
The Tyrese was funny.
Call him every name in the goddamn book but his name. Until
But
until
why
he felt like
Shorty
it.
disrespect him like that? Like she was
Violated.
I think that they go by
Violated.
he, him pronouns.
Yeah, Admiral
the-
Lohar goes by he, him.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, but it was mad
that's
funny
not a lady?
because then she asked him,
To
or
fuck
they
her
asked
wives?
him if they go by if okay, that person asked him what type of man he is. I was like,
Well-
they just referred to her or them as him, and then they come in the room. I'm trying my best
I
here.
could tell you trying.
They came in the room, was like, well, what kind of man are you? And he turned around like, they just called you him. What kind of man are you?
They turned around and said they called you a bitch is what they did. Oh, we could talk about these people, okay? As Lord Thailand, his name, he went to Essos, and these niggas said, sure.
But it's not, I don't know. Is that Essos or is it Dorne?
or wherever the fuck they were. Maybe it was Dorne, but I assume they said Essos because they were talking about Essos. I could be wrong.
I think they were in Essos.
I couldn't tell
be
because
wrong.
I was like, because they were asking for the stepstones, and I was like, that could be either or. That could be the Dornish, or it could be Essos, and I couldn't tell. But they said they was going. I feel like the Green Council said something about going to Dorne, and that's why I assumed it could have been Dorne.
Whatever the
Dorne.
fuck they
Either
were.
one. I'm trying to figure out what I was looking at, basically.
I heard him say that name. That's what I thought. But first of all, he has no right to promise this shit, but he promises them the stepstones, right? And then this whole thing about, but you got to convince Admiral Lohar. And first of all, when the SOs or whoever these people are introduce Admiral Lohar, they say him. They say he. So
they do?
Admiral Lohar, yes, they do. They said you need to convince him. They do. So Admiral Lohar considers himself a he. So it is what it is.
Very progressive.
Yeah.
Very progressive. There's a whole bunch of progressive shit in this show.
It was progressive in comedy. The whole thing was comedy, though. That whole situation, like talk about shit that does not matter. The whole shit with the mud wrestling and all this other stuff.
How many wives you have? Him singing, just a whole lot of like. All right.
Why are we here?
Bitched him.
I don't know.
Because niggas needed a ship. Because niggas needed ships to go against Corlys and them because of the blockade and all of the people starving at King's Landing. But again, all this shit could have been said in a small council meeting. Like, they wanted to secure the bag.
They wanted to introduce a new character, and that's the real reason for all of this.
They could have introduced them a different way. They could have introduced them like they did at the I love that episode where the Nightwalkers, that one that, like, what is it? Hearthhome?
Mm-hmm.
That one is Hardhome is such a good episode, and it introduces some really cool characters all in a battle campaign. And they could have done that because we're going to be seeing them seafaring. It was a waste of time. It's going to be like
10 episodes with them on the water.
It feels like a filler episode. It feels like we could have, we could just keep moving.
It felt filler.
Finale, all of this nonsense that have
they played in
what y'all been leading up to. You have a lot of storylines that you've been leading us for 7 episodes, and we've been patient. I've been in group chats with people that are like, yo, is it me or is this moving slow? And I'm like, actually, if you like the story, I'm loving the story. I know by the time it gets to the end, I'm time to get to the end, shit going down. Nigga, I had all types of snacks lined up last night. I was fucking ready. I had 2 vapes, popcorn, fucking sherbet, all types of shit going on. And motherfucking sat there with it. I was just looking at the screen like this. I kept tapping the time.
Yeah.
I was like, what is this? 30 minutes left? There's 15 minutes left. I was like, are they fucking serious?
When we got to last episode, I knew they were drawing it out. They were drawing it out last episode. I'm like, they're going to draw it out in episode 8 too. They're just drawing it out.
I didn't expect this type of draw out. And like once they started putting on the armor and marching, I hadn't tapped the time. So I was like, okay, this is a long episode. We getting a quick 15-minute fight.
You thought.
Like, at this point, I'm just waiting for all the backlash. I'm just waiting for niggas to be like, y'all owe us another episode. You played, and my motherfucker, where is my
Turn
finale?
The lights on and film right now.
But that's
all of y'all niggas on vacation. Bring your asses back to work. This is dumb.
And back to one of my points about that image of Corlys, we're gonna have to post this on our Twitters and everything because that image is from an upcoming battle because he's wearing the same armor. He just has a helmet on and he has this big ass axe. And so it's like they've already shot this shit. So they edited it down where they didn't want to give us even that battle wherever that is. So it's like, and how far ahead is that? What if that's like, episode 2 of next season? Like, what is going on right now? I'm like, how much money are y'all making and how much do y'all need? Because this seems to be some ridiculous monograph. You got like 6 other Game of Thrones shows lined up already. There's no need for this.
It's the Disney of dragons, man. They gotta do what they gotta do.
And
but
after the last episode, which was so fire, I get it.
The last one was so funny.
But at the same time, it's like that was just a build up to what this battle of the gullet has been. Come on, now.
I don't know, bro, because I just Googled and they said the season hasn't even started filming.
That's what I said.
Yes, I Googled
Where's that image from? That image is out, bro.
That image was filmed, but it could. What we said earlier, it could be some Marvel trailer type shit where it's just like a red herring.
It doesn't exist.
That image doesn't exist. It does exist.
No, it exists, but it doesn't. Is what we're saying. You see the image in your face, but what we're saying is that situation
doesn't exist.
Yeah. Wow.
I mean, you're saying that this is supposed to be from the crab feeder against this is supposed to be from when they was fighting in the triarchy. Yeah.
Was this from last year then?
That's what it's saying.
It's probably a cut. It's probably a cut scene from that triarchy episode.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but they probably put it in this to throw people off for this season. They threw it over here.
Yeah, because I saw it this season. At the beginning of this season, they're like, "We're going to see Corlys and fighting," and it's like,
no. I think you was about to say this, Tahoe, and I also want to make sure we touch on Aemon and Helaena.
Yeah, I just want to know if she is the three-eyed raven for sure.
My question.
So I said this last time. There's no three-eyed raven. Bran
so
is
who the fuck is? So what is she?
Listen, she's not. They're not. There's only one three-eyed raven. She just has the ability to have green dreams. She is just a practitioner of the arts of being able to see things. She's a seer.
She's talking to Daemon in his dream.
She's a green seer. That's what their powers. That's why Alice is so wicked. That's why they have green seer powers. They're just really good at what they do.
What do you mean? What is a green seer? I wasn't here for the description of that.
So a green seer is so the children of the forest, they're all interconnected with those weirwood trees. So the same way that Bran has his powers because of the different weirwood trees and all this stuff, same method of work, same magic, but Bran is the prophesized whatever he takes up for the guy that we find in the cave and whatever. That's three-eyed raven, a whole different person. Everyone else, there's the children of the forest, the woman that you saw that was stabby to the first man in I forget what episode that was in Game of Thrones, where there's the first man and he's like blonde haired. He becomes the first White Walker. That was the children of the forest.
That was the Night King.
Yeah, the Night King. That was the children of the forest. So like people who have are tied into, like, you can be highborn, you can be lowborn, and be tied into the children of the forest. You're born that way. You can war. Some of them are good wargers. It's like Alice Rivers was basically saying, like, alluding to the fact that she can warg into things. She tends to warg into the owl that we keep seeing her with. That's just what she's good at. Helaena is really good at being a seer. She's really good at being able to see things like prophecies in the past, but also in the future as well. And she's able to see that. Like, she keeps talking, I think, in the first few episodes of this season, we see her talk more about like bugs and stuff to get her, like even in last season, spiders and bugs and stuff was how she tended to do that. Like that. That's how she used to get her dreams. And now she just is getting them. Like, you can, people's abilities.
So she's a witch.
She's a
but my thing is, this, right? With everything that you just said, I am confused because I watched this shit a couple times. She seems to actually be in Daemon's dream. And now as a seer,
that bitch.
I can see it. But it seems as if she is branding. She's actually in the dream telling him, yo, this is where you are. I'm waiting for you over here. Like, get your shit together.
You know what you need to do.
This is your purpose. And then as soon as we get out the scene, she's in the same clothes on the edge. And she's like still in brand mode because she can't even get back to being meagle, feeble ass fucking Helaena. She's like, hey, guess what? Yeah, nigga, and I know what you did. I seen what you did. You're still gonna die. There's nothing you're gonna do. Like, she's still in some high power ass state.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm like,
I love how
as a dreamer is one thing. As a dreamer is one thing. But actually, and in Daemon's dream, you see the three-eyed raven. You see the you see Daenerys. That was great. I know we ain't
see that was fire. The Night King. You see the right before you see the Night King, you do see this guy with white hair wrapped up in the tree. Who is that?
Who is
that?
That's
the three-eyed raven, right?
You saw her face change? Oh my God. Who the fuck? Now that was and you so the way
is that not the nigga that taught Bran?
The sequence, it had to be the young version of him. The sequence went to the tree wrapped around the nigga with the white hair, and then you saw the three-eyed raven fly in front. Then you seen the Night King. Then you saw the field of the bodies, the dead dragon, the pool of blood. Then you saw Daemon, I believe it was Daemon, drowning into the darkness. Then you seen the Sozi's comment, Daenerys and the three dragons. Then you see
Daemon the three-eyed raven?
Huh?
Is Daemon the three-eyed raven?
No.
That was a theory.
No.
I saw a theory that they said that they thought
because he could touch through the weirwood.
I can't tell you why.
I can tell you that it's. Do you want the truth?
No.
Anyways, let me just say.
I want the truth. Portia, we gotta talk after this.
I'll tell you.
I don't want the. I don't want the real.
We can talk later. There is a Targaryen.
With the red thing on his face.
Yeah. There are. But this is what I'm gonna say is.
Well, wait. They're not giving nothing away. We know this person's a Targaryen. It's a white-haired person.
It's a Targaryen. It's a white-haired guy. You know, it's white. So, just like there's the problem with the Aegon prophecy is that there's too many Aegons named in the Targaryen line, and the maester that Jon Snow meets and finds out is actually one of the Aegons from a Targaryen.
Mm-hmm.
There's always
many.
a lot of Targaryens around, and they end up getting, because of their family line, end up being in some really interesting places.
There's some ghetto ass shit. Portia.
So is that maester that we met? Is that Aegon?
It's one of the Aegons. It's one of the Aegons.
It could be the Aegon that because he finally wisens up and starts reading the books after all this shit. I mean, after it gets.
I mean, he'd have to be
like
centuries old by the time to be alive at the time of Jon Snow and Daenerys.
Oh yeah, well no.
But there's other Aegons. There's other Aegons.
Damon
ain't making
also.
Yeah,
he's an Aegon. He's Aegon the 10th.
He's the one who he is actually the prince that was promised. He is the Aegon that they think.
Right. Damon sees Rhaenyra as queen on the Iron Throne, and then that's when Helena pops up and it's just like, this is all a story. You just playing your part, know your role.
Know your role and shut your fucking mouth. Right. Stop trying to deviate.
And then the whole winter is coming. That was just complete bait for fans for Game of Thrones fans.
And that's my like a problem with I didn't get to say this earlier about Damon in this whole season is the fact that it takes this dream to convince him is kind of like
to be loyal
to me.
If this had happened episode 4 and we hadn't been drawn out with Damon, we'd be in a good place right now.
Harder,
but they drew this out for so long that it's like it's a good payoff because we finally see Helena in her element, but it's really crappy because Damon has been trashed this whole we don't care about
even in this season. It's like right up to the moment. I mean, not season, in this episode, right up to the moment, because he's talking about betraying her right before he has the dream. So it's like he is only changed by the dream. That's so like that's goofy to me. That's like it's.
I feel like he was on the
precipice.
He was on the precipice.
He was already pushed to the like level of like I think something happened last episode where he was like, I think I'm going to give it to Rhaenyra.
I think the problem, he may have been teetering. The problem though is you shouldn't have been on that side in the first place. You were a disloyal ass nigga, and you was about to do some wild, violated shit. Like,
think that he's disloyal. I think that he is just a really hurt fucking soul. He's just another bitch ass nigga, and I don't think it's about loyalty for him. It's just like, yo, son, like it's mad shit that I thought that I was gonna have, and now I don't have it, and I only halfway have it because I married my niece, and it's just like, yo, I'm fucking tight. Like, I'm still that nigga. Like, he still want to feel like he that nigga, and he really not.
So all these niggas is emotional.
Yes,
I feel like this all goes back
all y'all
to
are Pisces.
Look. This is what yes, maybe, but this is also. Yeah, I know we do every time. But at the same time, what I was saying, that's what I always talk about since Game of Thrones. That's why the people I appreciate most are the people who play this game as logically as possible. Because everyone else is too emotional and you have dragons running around and you ain't got time to be emotional when you got dragons running around. And Damon's right there.
I was just going to say that I feel like Tahoe's point was good on the money about like, it's not just the emotions, it's also the level of privilege. Because I think that like, if Daemon had any other standing in the realm, he would not have been able to play around and not get his stuff together this long. He's a full-grown man with multiple families. He had Baela and Rhaenyra, then turn around, had these other kids with Rhaenyra, and he's still sitting over here being a full-on mess. And if he'd been in any other family, he would have had to choke it up by now. Would have choked it on up and did what he needed to do. But he's still sitting over here playing this like, I want to be the king. What are we doing?
Yeah.
I have a question. Are we fucking Rick and Morty fans here?
I like Rick and Morty.
Somewhat.
Oh, son. So there's the scene when Alfred Broom is in fucking Weirwood, by the Weirwood, and that nigga said,
what? Harrenhal snitched on him.
Yo, like, I was weak because there is a scene in fucking Rick and Morty when the father is standing in front of the house and all you see is like a fucking, what is the thing called? The little thing that rolls by in the wind? The
tumbleweed.
Like tumbleweed goes by and all you hear is loser. And I was cracking the fuck up.
That was funny.
Like how Harrenhal snitch on you before you even had a chance to say nothing. Nigga said,
when you
heard that?
He said, right. He said, did you hear that? And Damon
What
looked
did
at him
it
like,
say? I'm sorry, what did it say? I didn't hear
it
what
said traitor.
Yeah.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Before he even started talking, before he even like went against Rhaenyra, the
Right.
fucking Harrenhal said, "Nah,
Harrenhal
bitch."
snitched.
I already
Was it
know.
Harrenhal or was it the werewolf? Because again, Bran.
Oh, the tree was right there.
And the three-eyed raven before Bran. They can communicate through that. That they learned like during when we see the scene where Jon is conceived or like is given birth, like his mother gives birth to Jon Snow. We see like Bran being able to see through the vision that like whenever he says something, he's like, "That's my dad," and his dad turns around for a second. Like you can communicate over time through those weirwood trees.
Well, what kind of nigga is you when a tree snitches on you? Like,
I think when it comes to Harrenhal and the tree, they're one and the same. You know
That's
what I mean?
what I'm thinking.
Harrenhal got so much of the tree up in it.
Harrenhal got the blood in it.
Yeah,
and
that
it got everything mixed in. It's like
anywhere in them grounds is good money to get some.
Harrenhal snitching. Sir Simon Strong snitching, like that, everybody in there, that's all they do. And that's fine by me. It was comedy. Ooh.
I just think it's funny that it's like Bran saying traitor, snitch, like all these centuries
from the future.
Yes, because Bran always popping shit and when he's not supposed to be talking and shit. The fucked up Hodor. I'm never gonna forgive Bran for that. Fuck you, Bran.
Damn.
But like on some real shit, like Bran would definitely be like, "Yo, this nigga finna snitch."
I don't like Bran for different reasons, but
Listen, how fucked up is it gonna be with Aemond and his whole "I'm mad, I'm burning down a whole fucking city"?
I'm mad. I'm upset. Fuck everybody. I think Aemond is my favorite high key, but he's just going to kill everybody as he sees
as he goes.
I love how Helena's checked him with her vision because he really pulled her, and Alicent was like, "Let me remind you that in the pecking order, she actually has more power than you. She just don't always be in the middle of the midst of stuff to be trying to play power moves. But she says what she says goes before whatever you say goes. So you need to chill out." And she's the actual queen. And so whenever he tried to come to her and like without any other witnesses, she was like, "Are you gonna kill me? Go on and do it." But it won't change nothing. You still gonna die. You still gonna be dead.
She ready to die, boy. She Biggie first album. She
said three things. She said she saw Aemon burn Aegon, let him fall. Meaning she's like, even though she wasn't physically there, she seen that.
She was like, "I seen that shit. Fuck out, you ain't gonna lie to me, bitch. I saw you."
She seen that shit. She said Aegon will be king again on a wooden throne.
Yes.
What does that mean?
What does that mean?
What could that mean?
Because that nigga can't. That nigga crippled.
Aegon will be the three-eyed raven.
Oh, that's a new one.
Okay,
that's a new one.
But
then
I don't think that's it. I think that Aegon.
You trying to think he's trying to turn it up?
Have a wheelchair,
or he'll.
But I thought wheelchair. I
think he's gonna have a wheelchair. Yeah, like that's.
I didn't like it because Larys, the involvement of Larys in Aegon's escape.
Yeah,
this was to me. With them planning this whole last episode and figuring out where they're going as they go into season 3, I started just thinking about why are they showing us a bunch of this shit. And a lot of that shit didn't mean nothing, right? Mm-hmm. But with Alicent selling her son's head down the stream, but Larys already having his plan, and then Helaena making this statement that Aegon will be king right after she says she's in Daemon's dream. Right after she calls out
on the throne,
right? But I'm
King where?
King where though?
King where? They're going to Essos, Bravos. King where?
Oh, you think he's going to be king somewhere else?
Potentially,
no. Or also like, what does king mean? That's like
that too.
It's like the queen of the whorehouse. You can be a lot of different kings.
Could be.
I don't like that idea. I think that there's a plan here. Larys is gonna use his whispering shit. Aegon is still king by what the people know, right? And it isn't really valid for Rhaenyra to come just take King's Landing.
Wait a minute. Just on that note, because she didn't say that Aegon will be king forever, and she saw Rhaenyra on the throne at some point. She saw Rhaenyra
on the Iron Throne, and then said Aegon will be king.
He'll be on the
she
wooden
says
throne.
Verbatim, king again on the wooden throne.
Yeah, so she didn't say he'll be on the Iron Throne.
That's why I said where and what, and to your point, what does king mean? It can mean any fucking thing.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So he ain't never seen that Iron Throne.
Look at the two book readers in the house. Look at the two book readers. They're just looking at us.
Yeah, you see they both like this. No, not the mirroring. No. Y'all know too much shit. They also, last thing she says, Aemon will be dead, swallowed up in the god's eye.
I looked up God's Eye. Do y'all know what that is?
No, tell me.
Yeah.
Tell us who don't know.
It's a lake in South Westeros. It is bordered by Harrenhal to the north and has a lone island in the middle called the Isle of Faces, which is the site of the singing of the Pact and the only location of werewolves in the south.
Okay, so wait a minute. When Daemon had his vision, I kept playing that scene over and over again.
Swallowed up by
it looked
a tree.
like Daemon
White
was
hair.
drowning, but Helena said Aemon is going to be swallowed up.
Aemon,
and remember how we keep talking about the parallels between Aemon and Daemon and how they're like kind of the same person or the upgraded version of the same person? What?
Yeah.
So Aemon falls off Vhagar into that island?
Into that lake, maybe.
Yep, one or the other.
Nah, I don't like Portia or Dajah's face at all right now.
They just looking at us like, you fools, you
imbeciles, feckless.
Feckless.
Oh shit.
I don't know what to tell y'all.
We gotta wait years.
And we just go with it. We just go.
No,
with
it's
the
next year. Next year, it's coming back.
No, we know our roles within the story.
Bro, if they
the role is to be
filming
quiet and let the story unfurl before us.
I'm hoping.
Yeah, nah, it's 2026. Please.
The Greybeards is moving.
That they have to use in this, they are using 2-year budgets to get that CG out.
Absolutely.
This is a 2-year run.
That shit look beautiful. I can't say there was like one dragon that looked whack.
Seeing all the dragons in this episode, we got like I think we saw like every dragon they've told us about so far, all in this episode. And so I know that's where the budget was going.
And they used them a lot.
It damn sure didn't go to Otto.
There was a.
Did we need to see more than that? Really? Did we honestly need to see more than that for Otto?
Bro.
They were just like a little light. There's a few little points still left over. I had just quickly mentioned the Greybeards is finally moving. So are we going to see that Stark man Cregan? He was fine as fuck. I want to see him.
If they haven't started filming this season, then yes, because of the fan reaction to him in that.
They're gonna put him in, right?
They're gonna put him in.
It was funny that they said that they were like, "You won't see him again this season," and I was like, they really was like, "Y'all need to stop." But also noted.
I mean, even though a lot of the scenes was pointless, I actually like Admiral Lohar and where that's going, and the fact that she Tywin or whatever that nigga named Tyrese. So I'm gonna see how they do, because they're gonna make that comedy.
That man said, "How many wives
pure
do you
comedy.
have?" And
Nigga said, "I want you to fuck my wives." He said,
like,
"What?"
He didn't say no.
He didn't say no.
He didn't say
how
no.
many.
He didn't say no.
I think he was scared that my nigga them wanted him to fuck on them. He was just like, "Wait, what?"
He didn't know what was going on at first. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
I can't wait to watch it again. Honestly,
this whole thing about now winter is coming and all that tying back to Daenerys and all this other shit. Again, Rhaenyra running for 50 days and 50 nights for this fucking sheep stealer. I need that shit to end.
Boots all busted open.
I can't wait. I want to see where she.
Rhaenyra, right? Yeah, Rhaenyra.
When is she introduced on sheep stealer? Like, obviously
in the middle of a battle.
In the middle of a battle,
another person that was supposed to be on sheep stealer.
Yes,
yes.
I'm really sad about it because there would be another black woman, and not a highborn black woman, a legit first time we probably would see a lowborn black woman in this series doing something significant, and they took her out to have.
Who the hell is Nettles?
Rhaenyra doing.
I don't know who Nettles is.
She's a lowborn black woman. She's supposed to be the actual sheep, because Rhaenyra gets her own. That's why I'm so taken aback, because Rhaenyra gets her own dragon, and it's a really pretty dragon, and it's really it serves a purpose.
What is a pretty dragon?
Sunfire was pretty before he got murdered.
Vermithor sexy as fuck, boy.
Sunfire was
Vermithor's a good looking dragon. You know who ain't? Vhagar.
Y'all keep coming from Vhagar's face card, and she's grandma.
Hey,
insufficient
look,
funds.
It's just like niggas ain't talking about Yoda is hot. You know what I mean? It's understandable.
He was a cutie.
One thing that we didn't discuss though, really, was Rhaenyra showing up at Harrenhal and that reaction. That
I talked about who that was.
I was bugging that when she walked in, nobody took bended knee.
Nobody
that was the point. They didn't know what to do.
Yeah.
To be fair to the people, Daemon had been making all his moves in her name. So they were like, how are we supposed to react to this person who's been stirring up all this trouble in the Riverlands or whatever? Because it was all under her name. Like, they probably was like,
what the fuck are you doing here? It was shock. Yeah, it was a lot
sideways.
of things.
Okay.
I don't understand that, though, because if you're doing it in her name.
That's the queen. You know what she looks like.
The queen.
You know it's her.
She's here. Like, are y'all? Were they waiting to see what Damon?
Yes.
Yes, they were actually
Yes.
waiting to see what Damon would do, which is
They're
crazy.
sworn to him. That's the thing. Like, which is crazy, but it's this whole season what he been doing. He got them to swear to him.
That
So
doesn't make sense. That does not make sense. Because
he wasn't loyal.
When the Riverland shit was going on, they were only swearing to him because of her.
Yeah,
this is what they specifically said. We have to go through him because of our loyalty to her.
Yeah, they did say that specifically.
But that was weeks and maybe months ago now.
It was literally last episode. But I think the only thing.
How much time
I think the only thing that the only reason why I'm entertaining it is because Damon did finally have to live up to the consequences of his own actions, and they made like in front of them. So they might feel a little bit differently about Damon now, only because they saw him give in to what they told him to do. So they may feel like he is the movable piece that they would swear, like they're watching more than Rhaenyra, because they know, quote unquote, they know him now.
No,
and they don't know her.
I get it.
Like I could entertain that a little bit, but it is two-footed because that is supposed to be who they care more about.
Ben, I just one statement before you go. It seemed as if Rhaenyra was actually kind of thrown off. Like, am I queen here or not? Like,
she had the exact reaction. Yes,
and I agree with you. And I think that's the point of the scene is that Rhaenyra, still hasn't really established herself. Like she said, I haven't let y'all know that, to be afraid of me enough. So when she walks in there, they're like, they're still just like, like most people of the realm. Like, are you queen or not? And we got this dude who's been here.
Talking about he king.
Yeah, talk about he been king.
He be popping shit the whole time.
Now, the fact that they didn't bow immediately, if I was her, I would have chopped one nigga head off. You know what I mean?
And remember, Cyrex
Cyrex
was in the chandelier.
I was like,
do I need to remind you who you are?
Yeah.
Who I am?
Yeah, do I have to remind y'all niggas?
This is what I'm saying. Yo, Rhaenyra has so many opportunities to be a badass bitch, but she keep walking in rooms like she a fucking cupbearer. Bitch, you the queen.
She's trying not to be that girl. She's trying not to be a terrorist to her realm. She's trying to
fuck that. And you don't like that nigga already on your account, so I would have singled that nigga out just for being there.
Oh,
that nigga's crazy.
Yeah,
that nigga is crazy.
She didn't know though. She doesn't know that yet. Because she just walked
know
in.
That he came
she doesn't know that PR was about to betray her.
Did she send him there?
She sent him, but she
didn't report back immediately. No. Wait, right there. Okay, she sent him there, and the other nigga calls back like, "You need to come over here." I'm getting there chopping that nigga's head off immediately.
Simon snitches and said,
chopping this nigga's head off on G. Especially after Damon says what he says, and them niggas bow. I'm walking over. What? Like, nigga.
She should have, but I will say Simon didn't mention Broom. Simon just said,
but I'm mad
Damon's moving too crazy.
I shouldn't have to hear from Simon. That's what I'm saying. I already sent Broom, nigga.
I'm not the ax, but she's moving. She's moving.
Hey, which one of y'all motherfuckers don't know that I'm the queen in here?
She's trying to move with PR on her brain after her bad PR with Damon moved. She's trying to move with PR on her brain. She's like, I can't just come through and snap a head off. I gotta,
you can do one.
I mean, you could have did a flamethrower to the sky and scared him a little bit.
That's what I'm saying. She should have cars to the sky.
Yeah. Didn't I send you over here to find out some?
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Why you ain't back yet?
Like, you're here under my name.
Yeah,
but that's what I'm saying. You give him like a count, and you make it a theater. You put him in front of like a court, in front of witnesses, and then you chop his head off. Because then you're like, this, y'all get your heads chopped off every time y'all try me, and now y'all know these are the guidelines. Don't try me in this way. If you do, I will chop off your head.
Portia, he know his head's supposed to roll.
Yeah. I don't care. Yes, he knows, but the people need to know that she's just not chopping off a random commander's head. The people need to see the theater of like, this is what he did wrong. Now choppy.
Because that's what Oscar did. That's what young Oscar did. He made a theater with Damon. He said, "Okay, we're gonna do it. We're gonna help you, but you need to rectify your wrongs." He made it theater. You're right.
You're gonna make it theater. You got to get the people entertained before you choppy, so then they know what the ramifications
you can't walk
are.
in and do it because niggas would be like, "Oh, what the fuck you chop his head off for?"
She gotta kill that nigga immediately because the way his face turned up when Damon bent the knee, he's like, "Didn't I just talk to you about getting this bitch out of here? Like, what's up with you, bro?"
That nigga, he kind of was like, "Oh, I guess I should too."
I guess I should. Either she gotta do it or Damon gotta do it. One of them niggas gotta really 86 this motherfucker.
And if Damon don't, he's allowing treachery under her. And that, like, if his head needs to roll first scene next season.
Immediately. It should just roll into the camera like
he took Willem
from fade to black,
backwards.
and then like the head just rolls.
He took Willem Blackwood. He need to take this nigga too.
It should be a Littlefinger situation where they have like whenever Sansa had the little thing and they're like, and they had him, and he was like, yeah, I'm going. And he's like, yeah, and then Arya came up behind him and was like, Turk. I feel like that's what should happen.
He should just be in the tapestry at the beginning of that season, like you know how they're showing the tapestry, like his head getting chopped off in the tapestry, and then they just talk about it in the next scene. Like, yeah, you know that's how we had to get rid of that nigga. They don't want to pay him anyway, you know what I mean? Why waste the actor, you know? Like, yeah. Keep it moving.
This shit was such a good fucking episode.
I still think it was a good
finale.
Right. Yeah. I agree. 100%.
It's a terrible finale.
I didn't think it was a bad episode. I just got mad how it ended. What is in his hand this time?
I'm still trying to chop people's heads off. My bad. I was going. The axe wasn't good enough. I had to go get my little machine. Like,
you need to put yourself on the like online and being like, "This, I'm ready." Next season, first episode, you're already there.
This honestly ended like a episode of Dragon Ball. It was we're gonna drag the power up for 10 episodes. The next season on Dragon Ball, will Rhaenyra battle out the Alicent and the Greens? Like, it was straight up anime.
So as much as I didn't like,
and it pisses you off. Anime does this all the time.
So as much as I didn't like the overall, there were a few things that I did like in this episode. Can you what were y'all favorite moments of the episode? Can we go around the room? Favorite moments of this one episode?
Tyrese, Thailand, Tywin.
That shit was funny.
Gwen's world and Cole. Gwen just stumbling to the log and just like fuck.
I like when it was funny. It was I think it was a parallel to Cole when Alicent was like, "Yo, come with me," when she was talking to Rhaenyra. And Rhaenyra was basically like, "No, nigga, I got shit to do here." Like,
come with you, bitch. How you gonna give me the throne and tell me to come with you into the wilderness?
No, but that's the same shit she did to Cole. Cole said, "Run away with me and get some oranges and spices." She said, "No, nigga, what the fuck? I got shit to do here.
I'm the fucking queen of the Seven Kingdoms, like, bitch. Don't do that bullshit somewhere else."
That shit was funny to me. That shit was funny to me. Aegon is second Targaryen. My cock burst into flames like a sausage on a spit.
That is not the...
Son, I had sausage this morning, and I was just eating that shit like...
Bruh.
Those are his words, not mine. He said that shit, and I was fucking gone.
Was the worst thing ever, fam. The second time I rewatched the episode, I fast-forwarded it. As soon as it got to Aegon's scene, I skipped over that shit, bro.
He said it rolls down my leg when I...
Bruh. Bruh.
Like, they was trying to talk sense to the man. Larys was trying to talk sense to him.
Ain't no sense you could talk after that.
Larys wasn't trying to talk sense. Larys is that friend who tells you your outfit looks okay when it actually don't look okay, and they know you're insecure about it. That's who Larys is.
You need friends like that.
You don't actually. You don't want your friend taking you outside.
Outside already. If you're outside already, shit. You gonna tell her go home?
And he is outside.
He's
outside. You got to deal with it.
Alan.
There's nothing you can do.
Alan, Clock, and Corliss.
That was fire. I think my favorite part of the episode is still when Alice Rivers takes Damon to the weirwood tree. Like, I think you can handle this right now. I love all Green Dreams. I love all of that. Like, that was also like some of my favorite parts of Game of Thrones, and that's what made me start reading the books, because I was like, I need to know more about what happened. Like, I have so many questions. I need to know more about the past so that I can enjoy this shit and not have questions afterwards. And I think that my favorite part of this episode is going to be tonight on Twitter when everybody's mad at 10:15.
They're going to be mad.
Man.
Portia, what's yours?
Live joint tonight going to be lit.
Oof.
I just, honestly, I'm here for the dragon. So I really appreciated every scene with the dragon in it. I was like, ooh. Yes, you do. That's why in the budget. And then also Helena finally, because I'm like, they've really been playing Helena this whole show. And finally they show that she actually like is about something. Y'all just they just haven't shown what she's
and she's
about.
been suffering too. She's been suffering.
But
parading her through the streets for her dead son.
It's tied to her powers too. So it's like an interesting thing, and I feel like they haven't really played into that enough. I enjoy that, but I also am like annoyed because why did we have to get this whole long episode? Y'all could have been. I'm annoyed at the episode.
I love the fact that they show Helena because people been asking me like, "Oh, she's weird, isn't she off?" I think my fiance was like, "Is she slow?" I'm like, "No, I think that
she has powers.
Yeah, she has powers, but I think for me, both scenes where Rhaenyra gets validated. I think the one we've glossed over, Daemon actually bending.
No, that shit was amazing. I said it earlier.
That was amazing.
That shot was incredible.
That was an amazing scene from the show. After they've dragged out Daemon, this whole thing, him going into the Song of Ice and Fire, him speaking of in there. The moment where
the Valerian when he starts
speaking of Valerian,
the moment
I love it
where he bent the knee. It seemed as if it was actually her father naming her heir again. It was like
she said, "You sound like my dad."
She couldn't even like. I saw her like, "Is this really happening?" Like,
yes.
"Oh, you believe in me?" Like, really?
Yes.
More than what he's ever done before. What I can remember. Maybe there was a scene before where he did it.
No,
but
never.
Him, like,
never.
Believing you are the one true queen. You are the one. Like that shit was. It sent chills to my throne. Maybe all 3 times that I saw it.
That's another thing. I'm glad you brought this up, Tahoe, because it reminded me. This is the first time he's seen her as a grown woman in his dreams.
Right.
This is the first time that he's respected her on that level where he sees her. He's always keeps seeing the young Rhaenyra in his dreams. He chopped off the young Rhaenyra's head, the one he can control. Now this is finally the one he sees, because he saw young Rhaenyra on a throne before, but that was still one he could control.
And he couldn't hear her.
And he couldn't hear her because he don't want to hear what the fuck she got to say.
He hear her now.
Yeah, he hears her now. And then my other favorite part of that scene, Tahoe, is when he said, "I've tried to leave you." You know what I mean? Because that's that love right there. Like, you know what I mean? Like we are together. Like,
but wait,
you know what I mean?
You're not even there yet. You're not even there yet because then she Rihanna him. Remember when Drake tried to kiss Rihanna on stage?
Yes.
He tried to go in like, "Hey, come here, baby." She was like,
"Yeah."
Like we ain't that cool.
He needed it though. He needed
that. He needed it. Yeah.
And he needed that line where she said, "You leave me again, nigga, I'll kill you."
Yeah, but he's like, "Nah, that ain't happening because I tried that already. We already spent a whole season on that. I've read the script."
I love that. I think that the biggest Targaryen mistake is not allowing all Targaryens to know the Song of Ice and Fire.
Yes.
I understand
especially
reason
the highborn
why you
like
pass
that.
it down from king to king, but I feel like if more of them knew how serious this shit was, that they would not be in the position where they are right now and understand like it's bigger than Nino Brown.
The problem with that is not all of them would think they're Nino Brown. Every single last one of them would be like, "Nigga, I'm the prince who's promised."
I feel like there would be more. There would be more Aegons. They would have named
but it doesn't have to be in the name. I don't think that it should be in the name.
They would have thought they had to do it.
Yeah.
I think it should just be a part of like Targaryen history. Like, listen, the reason why we came to this land as Targaryens is because we have dragons. Us having dragons is going to make sure that Westeros stays alive and that death does not sweep over the world. That is our purpose. I think that like the real in-depth part, I could understand that being passed down from king to king to king. But as a Targaryen, as a whole, I think that like if more niggas knew, like it shouldn't be like this. Like this is why it got lost after who was the
Daj, there are countries on this earth that believe they are the promised people, and we've seen what happened.
We've seen that.
No naming.
We're seeing that.
We're seeing that. So
you talking about them? You talking about them blue and white people? All right, true.
You know what I mean? Might be.
That's what we do.
I'm gonna shut the fuck up.
I like that though. That blue and white. I like that. That was good. That was
You know what
good.
I mean?
Shut
That was
I
good.
shut up.
Shut the fuck up.
So it's on a lot of flags. A lot of flags.
That was good. That was good. That was good.
Did we get to cover?
Them Crips are trouble out there. You know what I mean? You gotta watch for them Crips.
You gotta watch these Crip niggas.
Niggas believe they saving the world.
They get old and they go to the Olympics and they become commentators like Snoop, you know? You gotta watch out for them becoming
You know what I mean? Niggas just think that Crips just gonna save the world. Like Jesus, you know, the promise people.
Shit. Shit. No, we got to get out of here before we get in trouble. God damn, we got so close. We're flying too close to the sun. Did we cover everything? Did everyone get to say their piece or anything they wanted to mention about this being the finale? We might have to wait another 2 years. Who knows, or a year and a half.
Let's not. No. But I will say one thing I am happy about is I don't know if you guys cover it, but Lord of the Rings, the Lord of the Rings spinoff on Prime is coming back, so I will be able to be calm and I have my fantasy and my nerd shit, even though
we might have to start
like this. Yo,
you mean this is the holdover until we get some more Thrones?
Because what's so crazy with last season, they were airing.
That's how I feel.
Yo, last season they were airing at the same time, and I was like, "Damn, son, this Lord of the Rings shit is smoking the fuck out of House of Thrones." But
you're the only person I've heard say that.
I
will. Nigga, it was smoking their boots.
I rewatched the movies this year, and so I was thinking I'm gonna go and watch the Amazon joint. So
I won't, but tell me how it comes. Tell me how it goes. I'm not watching. I'm gonna tell you right now. So
it's so fucking good. I would never steer you wrong.
I believe you. I ain't got the time.
I got into
before we get too much further,
Wheel of Time for a second. That was the only fantasy outside of Game of Thrones that I cared for. Like that one has not done it for me for whatever reason.
Ben,
but this fantasy, the space fantasy might.
Because I've been realizing that someone told me they didn't even know about this book because I only talk about it at the end of the episode. So I meant to talk about it at the beginning of this episode. Because,
I forgot again.
Yeah, I feel like people cut it off before we get to this part. So it is right.
Yes,
the shit is fucking
real
tough in my hands, fam. If you've been watching this shit for a minute, you know I've been talking about this graphic novel right here, the Dambaka on the back right there.
Yeah.
This is the Jimi Hendrix Purple Haze graphic novel from Titan Publishing. It arrives in stores August 27th. I have it in my hand. If you were at San Diego Comic-Con, you could have gotten a copy for yourself.
Fire.
It is beautiful, y'all. Like I've been talking about this book for a long time. I can't believe how good and like the printing, everything on this graphic novel is exceptional. The art is obviously done by my man Tom Mandrake. With colors. I want to shout out Justin Prokovich because the colors are fucking exceptional. They fucking destroyed this shit. Me and Mello Brown wrote it in conjunction with the Jimi Hendrix estate. Shout out to Janie Hendrix for approving this whole thing. And
his sister.
The executor of the Hendrix estate, for making this thing real. Janie wrote the foreword to the book. You can see a bit of it right there, a spellbinding graphic novel by Janie. And I'm so proud of what we've done here. It's out August 27th. You can pre-order a copy. You can hit up Anyone Comics. We're still doing signed copies. And we'll be doing a signing there August 27th, where you'll get a special book plate available only from those copies that go out of Anyone Comics. So hit up Anyone Comics if you haven't already. Please order this. Titan's talking about that the first printing is looking to sell out, and we're going to second printing. So,
yay!
I mean, that's not yet. I need y'all to go ahead and buy these copies.
Good, though.
Yeah, it's looking good. Things are looking good. The reviews should be coming out this week, and everyone's really excited. It feels like the reviews are gonna be really good. So, I'm just really excited and really proud of this, man. So, August 27th, if you're in New York, come through to Anyone Comics.
I'm proud of you. I cannot wait to get my copy, add that shit to my bookshelf.
Like, if the first printing going out in pre-orders is not a light feat, like that's a big feat. Like that's really cool.
Say what up?
That is a big thing, monumental like task to get your first printing out mostly through pre-order. Like that's very rare. So that's super good.
I really have to shout out the fans and everybody listening too, because just at Anyone Comics, I think we were up to like 200 copies sold, and this is a $30 book. So for people who are listening to, put $30 down like that, and for 200 copies out of one store that's some stupid shit. Like Dimitri, the store owner, was like, when we were at like 7 or 8, he was like, yo, you sold 7 or 8, bro. Like, pre-order. That's crazy. You know, it's like when we got to 200, you know what I mean? Of this, and it's a heavy graphic novel, y'all. This shit is 120 something pages, you know, beautiful
I'm very
art.
proud of you.
You've got like in the back, you've got script to art and, you know, a lot of, you know, how the book came together. You know, you got some of Tom's pencils right there. It's a phenomenal package. You know, it's just dope, man.
It's real, Ben. It's real. It's real.
It's fucking real.
Make sure y'all support Ben.
You,
also,
man.
go to bigdjenergy.com. That's where you can find some more stuff about what Ben How Other Means is doing. He is also a music guy. He makes music. He plays music. He does it all.
Yo, shout out to Black Star Film Fest in Philadelphia. I had a fucking blast doing the opening night party last week, y'all. And shout out to all the films. There's this joint Fractal that I'm about to check. You can peep them online.
Oh, yeah.
Go to blackstarfilmfest.com. Just a great organization. Shout out to Maori Homes HU.
You know?
In the building. You know what I mean? Love it. And yeah, that beautiful event. We will be back down there next year for real. Black Star Film Fest, y'all.
All right.
Philly, shout out. Thank you.
Daj, thank you so much for coming back. We missed you so much. Please let the world know where they could find you, anything you want to plug, all that.
You can find me every week on So Shameless, as always, with the lovely Mr. Disgusted Targaryen, and DJ Trauma NYC. So yeah, every week there. But So Shameless Pod on Instagram, So Shameless Podcast everywhere. We stream live now, so I think that's really, really fun. So you guys can see our shenanigans in real time. Other than that, yeah, that's all I'm doing because I be busy.
Did you say your IG or Twitter rather?
Hell no.
You don't want people to say, she's so anti, bro.
You don't want nobody to find you.
You think she hate the characters on? Imagine what she do people in real life.
No, that is true. Daj don't
go to So Shameless Pod, So Shameless Podcast. Go there. Don't look for me personally. No.
She'll fucking tell you off for no reason.
No, I didn't know. Just because people just like to do shit and then like niggas know that I like shit and I just get like mad videos and random shit in my inbox and like I don't want to talk to you. Like we don't even have the same humor, bro. Fuck out of here. No, go to So Shameless with all that.
All right, Porshea. Please let the people know where they could find you and plug your wizard team, all that stuff, please.
Yeah, I am at Porshea Knows on every socials. I don't be on them that much, so y'all can't bug me because I don't be there. Also, I have a podcast that I'm co-host on called #WizardTeam on all the podcast outlets where we talk about Black fantasy books. Right now, we're reading Bloodmarked from the Legendborn series.
Thank you. And of course, Disgusted Targaryen Tahoe TV yourself. Please let people know.
Well, first of all, I just want to let y'all know I really love the show. I really enjoyed y'all having me on here.
Thank you.
Thank you to all of the fans that have nice things to say about me. Even the 1 or 2 people that was like, him, get the fuck out of here. Appreciate you, sis. I know what I did to you. I'm glad it stuck.
Oh, so you didn't see that. You saw that.
I am Tahoe TV on Instagram. I think it's Tahoe_TV because there's a Tahoe news network somewhere in Lake Tahoe that has Tahoe TV. Fuck them. And I am very happy to be on the show with Daj every week, even though we curse each other out mostly.
Love. It's all love.
And I also have a show
love.
which with our mutual friend Loon called Hard or Soft, the Hard or Soft Show. We talk about sex, things we like about sex, and the things we don't like about sex. It is on all YouTube, all streaming, and got mad kids. So let me take them out into the park and spend money.
No Corliss, right? You're there for them. No.
Nah. This man's a good father.
No Corliss.
Yeah. We all anti-Corliss over here on that bullshit. Fuck that deadbeat.
Corliss is anti-Corliss.
Yeah.
You could find me, Tatiana King, on all the interwebs. You can also go to ForAllNerds, ForAllNerds.com if you want some merch like the one maybe not the one I'm wearing. You can't get this one, haha. But you can get some other amazing ones. Again, ForAllNerds.com. You can do that to support us. We are an independently funded, owned, and ran Black media outlet. That means everything we do out of ourselves, from our love and pockets and all the other stuff. But if you want to be part of that journey, again, go to ForAllNerds.com. You can also go to patreon.com/ForAllNerds And other things you can do to support us, meaning watch our shit, stream our shit, share our shit, tell people about us, spread that shit all over the world and all over the globe. That's how we get some more opportunities and we do some cool shit. Make sure you're following us on socials at ForAllNerds. That's where we are everywhere. And we want to hear from you. Like, keep it cute, but we want to hear your, whether you disagree, agree, all that stuff. We just want you engaged with us, so we appreciate that. And that has been season 2 of House of the Dragon, the House of Dragons, them thrones, whatever the fuck you call it. That is it. We gonna see y'all later. See y'all soon. Appreciate you. Much love. What's up, internets and the fam? This is Tatiana King for ForAllNerds, and I want to thank you so much for listening and watching to ForAllNerds. Make sure you like and subscribe to us only on YouTube.